Guys, right, so finally the time has come. Wretch, 32 or 32, has started talking. He's explained somewhat of the situation of him stealing, allegedly, Scorcher's baby mother.
Not
from Scorcher.
stealing.
Scorcher, all of that stuff. Are you ever going to talk about it? Or do you feel, because in the song you kind of...
Yeah, do you know what it is? It's like some things in life, to people, like just because something's entertaining doesn't mean it's entertainment.
Right, okay.
Like it's real. You know, if people say it's big people business, like, it's
Yeah,
real people's business, you get what I'm saying? But within that, I guess all I will say on the topic is like, no one took no one's partner when no one was in jail or anything like that. Like, not that the situation is ideal, but I guess in the court of the body, sometimes the heart overrules the head.
Okay, got you.
And I think, I do my thing, my coach figure.
Yeah.
The heart overrules the head, and it's like you won't understand that until it's your heart that's beating for something or for someone.
But he's finally spoken to our besties, Easy Mills, about it a little bit in kind of coded language. But at least we know that him and the girl are still together and it's 10 years on.
Oh.
Is it ever okay? Does love conquer all? That your brethren's girl, not only girl, baby mother, like you fancy her and you get with her. Is that ever okay?
Not really. Not really. It's not really.
I think baby mother, I think parent is a bit different to someone you dated.
Okay.
Parent or ex-fiance, those things are a little bit different. However, what sort of brethrens were Wretch and Scorcher before? Were they just industry brethrens, or were they actually bona fide? Would they call each other? Would they par? Would they go raving?
They were in a crew. The two of them and Gets.
And
Do you know the other person? And another person.
In the crew,
definitely,
you could be in a crew, right?
Yeah.
But were they brethrens? Did they par outside? You know, what was their level of friendship?
doesn't matter though.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm just throwing it back.
I think maybe if you're not tight with somebody, you might not see them. You might not feel anything about it. But
So,
if you lot, let's say
you're dating someone.
Yeah.
You're dating someone, and everybody knows you're dating someone. Yeah, and then you go to prison.
What did you do?
And then
a bank robbery.
Yeah, you done a bank robbery.
That's about right.
Yeah.
Accurate. And then AK's like, oh, actually, I like that guy, you know.
Yeah, no, because
I'm gonna start dating.
That's my point.
Do you know what I mean?
That's my
So
dog.
I did it.
No, you can't do it either.
Why? So I did it.
No, neither you two can't do it.
But
no,
why not? But it's the same dynamic.
It's not.
Why? Okay, for the purposes of the example,
I'm saying, how do they part? Like, we've been away. Like, we do things. It's not
they
the same.
definitely did Eye and Appa together.
Yeah,
they definitely
they worked together intensely, and everybody knew that they were brethren, and they were a foursome.
Did you hear me say at the beginning of this that I said no? You heard me say that. You're not coming for me.
No,
it's
not
okay.
coming for you. Not coming for you.
I literally
Not coming for you.
said no.
Yes.
I don't think so.
For the people.
Not baby mother or fiancée.
Yeah.
I literally said that.
It's not you personally.
So it's
for
never
the purposes
okay.
of the debates.
The purposes of the debate, I think it's icky, but it depends how they viewed each other. Like, if for Wretch, that's not my doc. If it's just someone, then maybe he'd be like, you know, whatever. He said love conquers all or some shit like that, didn't he?
He said a poem. He said a poem.
He did
what was
say
the
a
poem?
poem.
It was a
yeah.
poem. What was the poem?
He said, oh, what was
and
it?
forthwith.
It was like the heart.
Once
the heart rules over the head sometimes. Something
Or the
like
body.
that.
Or
what the
something
body
like,
over the gossip of the nonsense.
Just like
Don't
he
talk
tried to
about
be
me.
Does he have
poetic.
kids with her now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, he does have kids with her now.
Yeah, but it's still grimy. It's so grimy.
I think
it's grimy.
I
Is he a
have.
snake then?
Yes, 100%.
That's what Scorcher called
But
him.
Scorcher did come out and say, though, that man like that can't take no gyal from me. Like, he made a statement basically
He did say
saying
that.
But that can
he
mean
never
all
took my
sorts
gyal.
of things.
Well, you see, how I feel
Okay.
about the thing is I think there's situations and layers and nuance. And what I appreciate is that they are still together. And it's been 10 years. and rumors on the streets is that the woman and Scorcher weren't together when it actually transpired. I've also heard rumors that he was like, yo, look out for her whilst I'm away. I don't know what's true and what's what. I don't know what's true and what's what. I don't know what's true. But also, and I also heard that possibly their relationship wasn't the greatest. And make of that what you will. So I think there's nuances to it. And I think because of the rules of society, there's things that bind us from doing things, but I don't think it's always realistic to say, because I think there was someone on TikTok was like, don't let yourself get into it. And I get, you have to have some self-control and you can withdraw yourself from the situation, but not knowing the actual full dynamic. And as you said, what was really their relationship for real, because it could be, there's pictures, I've said it before, I've got pictures of people that will think that that's your brony, and then behind the scenes is a crock of shit, and we no longer talk. So there's those type of dynamics where you don't really know what the deal is. And then this thing happens, he goes away, or whatever the dynamic is, these two connect. And what I don't know, or we don't know, because of the poem, we don't know, the lack of transparency about what happened. We don't know is actually there was like, we're just cool. And then one day it's like, oh my God, there's more than just coolness. And then what do you do in that situation? She's no longer with that person, because that's what they're saying. And there's an attraction there. What are you supposed to do in that respect? Because they're no longer, I think it's different if you're still parring and you're still brethrens, and that's another thing. You can't do that. That one is just messy. But there's a distance between their relationship. Scorcher and Wretch are no longer friends, no longer in it with each other, and this thing transpires between these two people, two grown adults. So then I'm kind of like, this kind of rule of thumb, I get it.
Hang on. Are you giving him license that they weren't friends?
No,
They added that in, and we don't know that they weren't
But they're not friends because of this.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. No, but
situation.
I thought fine.
They
okay.
were in a crew, right?
Yeah.
Longer than 10 years ago, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Yes.
before
So
10 years, and he went away, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So he's been with this chick for 10 years.
Yeah.
They were in the crew
Before
longer than
that.
10 years ago.
Yes.
So it's not the same period of time.
I don't think
It's
it
not
is
like
the
they're
same,
in
yeah.
the crew.
No,
and
I'm not
whilst
saying-
he's in the crew, Scorcher goes to jail, and then he starts chatting to his gal.
No, that's
But that's one of the storylines.
Were
Yeah.
they in the crew still?
Yes.
Yes.
That's one of the
crew in the
storylines.
crew.
That is the
crew
alleged
broke up.
Yes,
because
so
of
this
this
what's
thing.
happened.
Okay, I didn't know
yeah.
that part.
It didn't break up before. And
No.
then
No.
Scorcher went to
I
jail.
actually thought...
Allegedly.
I thought it was like they were in a crew.
Okay, I mixed
They
They broke
kind of went
up.
about the business.
Scorcher went to jail.
Yeah.
And then they met. That's
No,
what
no,
I'm saying.
no.
Was it 10 years ago?
And to be fair, if
I
it's...
feel like Wretch was out longer than 10 years
Yeah,
ago.
I think that 10 years is a bit shaky as well. As they're
the
like, oh,
relationship-
we've been together. Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's shaky.
So
And I think that
longer.
might be done for PR purposes,
Yeah.
personally.
Must be longer than
but
10
for,
years.
Yeah, I think so. I think for me, I think it's hella messy. I think that Wretch 2 has been seen as our industry as this conscious rapper guy. Do you know what I mean? That has this, you know, maybe like a little bit more elevated than everybody else, I think, in the game. So he's been afforded this kind of grace, yeah? When what he done was out, if what the streets are saying is true, it's out of order. That's your brethren. Your brethren's away and you're messing with his girl. That's wild behaviour. People get done stuff for that. Do you know what I mean? So like, this wild, it's risky. I do not advise it. Don't do that.
I feel like, yeah, it's that's the advice. But on the flip side... but they're still together and they've created life together. So I think it's...
So does she and Scorcher.
Yeah, but that was then, and this is now. So I do think, but there's something in, because I think there's something about speaking on a relation that's still existing, still going strong, they're still together, and there's life that they've created. So then to then say that's, but I don't like necessarily that. And beyond this, I'm more incensed with the people in the comments who are got all this big man talk, oh yeah, can't do that, all the moles and all the things, boys. But then you will co-sign a man mashing up a woman, you will co-sign your boy doing all sorts of dirty stuff, but I'm not going to fuck his ex though, but I will co-sign him doing all sorts of nefarious things
I
to
hear what
women.
you're saying.
So I think there's an element of hypocrisy, and there's also that ownership sexist thing that, yeah, that's my babe mother, so she's marked for death for life now because there's no one around can ever touch her because...
Not your friend.
I get it, but there's territorial stuff that I don't like.
I think that's for everyone's protection personally. But then also as well, I do like the fact that they are holding him accountable. Like, do you know what I mean? Usually what happens in these situations is the girl is the one that's you know, kind of led out to dry and attacked and everything like that. But they're holding the right person accountable in this case. And I think that is progress.
She still
Yes.
has I disagree on that. I actually think she was a singer out here for a minute. I actually used to wonder like what happened to her, but maybe this is why she went underground. She has to hold a little bit of that responsibility the same as Wretch, because you had a child with this dude and then you went with the brethren. Like, it's not all on Wretch on this one. It's the pair of them. I do think that love can overcome all. If that is your destiny, like that is your soulmate, I don't think a brethren should stand in the way of that.
So you're saying,
the thing
don't
is,
let my
though-
boyfriend get in the way of my husband?
Absolutely.
That part.
Wow.
But I do think...
And it wasn't her boyfriend as well. It was
Yeah.
Okay, I know, no, I'm
at
just
that
saying.
point, it's not her boyfriend,
I-
but they
I do have
definitely are
an agreement in
brethrens.
there. I
There's
have-
brethrens. You got to hold a little L as well. And I think that Wretch has held lots of L's. I think his career could have been somewhere else if he hadn't have done this.
He kind of went
So
right as
I
well
feel
for a
like
bit.
maybe this
I
is the
don't think
thing.
so. I don't think this affected him
It wasn't known in that way for it to affect his job.
Okay, go and look at his YouTube numbers and then come back and talk about it.
Is that not-
Because
no.
his numbers are very low and Wretch was flying, and within the streets he was getting it for years from being
Okay.
with her.
I don't think that's
Definitely,
the direct
he went down and
result of
escalated.
I didn't really.
I
Okay.
do. If you, I concur.
Yeah.
Because if you look at Wretch's trajectory, and this is not to say that he's not a brilliant artist and well respected and all those things. No one's saying that. But if you look at what he was doing when he was at his peak and where he is now, like, he's had a massive gap. Now, who knows if that gap was because he wanted to be family man and do what he was doing, or if it was also because of he was sick of the gossip and
noise.
the talking and all of that. I do agree with you as well, though, when it comes to if someone's still together. My thing is always like, I prefer you to at least stay together and have kids.
Then rather than just fuck about.
Like live life and go. Rather than it's just like a, flash in the pan, kind of like bang.
Yeah.
I think that's where I'm like, fair cop, gov. It's not nice, it's messy, and it's inadvisable. But there's also, it's just, I've never been in that situation, thank God. But it's like, what do you do when you meet someone and it is like that? And obviously there's boundaries because it's not really know
Control your urges,
fancied
man.
her at the same time.
and it could have been that.
And then
I
she
get it,
just
it's
went with
messy.
Scorcher first, and Scorcher was the wrong guy. And then she looked at Wretch and was like, "Oh, he's a better man. I should have just picked him." But then I went with the brethren, and then Wretch was also
Look at
like,
you,
"Oh,
Disney.
I've
Do you know
always
what I
loved
mean?
It's
her."
real though.
And then
That
they
could
was
happen,
like,
though.
"Actually,
It's not like it doesn't happen.
We've got
course
to,
it does, yeah.
we've just got to do it. We've got to be together. Like, this is our destiny. Like, we have done this 5 lifetimes
yeah.
before. We found each other again."
Oh,
and
my
then-
It happens.
I
so.
do know some people that have kind of done. Not so much.
we have
They've
a
done a similar
responsibility to people.
And
No,
now
but
they're together.
I think we're saying very clearly this is messy and it's ill-advisable because society frowns upon it. And then what my next advice is, if you really can't, you better stay together forever and make that
It's
shit
gotta be
work.
real.
You can't just, and it's definitely, you can't just bang a person's person. You can't do that. Don't treat your both self so disrespectfully. But if it's that thing, and I'm not going to say I'm going to be like, yeah, that's okay, go ahead. But if this is the thing, you've got to make it work and you've got to last forever. You better lock in forever and treat each other with respect. Can't be cheating and then treating the one that you stole. You can't do that.
Once a cheater,
Oh,
always a cheater.
Yeah, it's got to be a real.
It's got to be real. It's interesting though.
But Scorcher talking about like, you can't steal my girl. Why do you hate him still then?
Did he say that?
It's still his baby mother, isn't it?
And that's what I don't
I think
like.
he called
Yeah,
him
you
a
can't order.
snake.
Yeah, he definitely said he was a
He said
snake.
something
Yeah,
on
he's
the,
a snake. I mean, that's
the
snake
socials.
behavior. So I don't
did
know
say
what I
something
need
on
to
the
Okay, what makes
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he said it.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. What makes it snake? Because a conversation I had prior was like, yeah, he was waiting in the cut. Like, what was the snake behavior?
Waiting in the car.
Wait, just waiting in the cut.
behavior. It's not behavior. If you
prison.
go round.
And then you're moving to my man.
No, but is
That's
it moving or is it
wild.
like
Snake
oh my
No,
behavior
it
god?
doesn't matter.
is when you
control yourself.
go round.
Okay, so what should he do?
and
Waiting for him to come out and then say, "I want to
Snake
take your
behavior
ex's
is
hand in
going
marriage."
around there and chatting to her and getting yourself involved.
Being around my kids.
That part is snake behavior.
Okay. Wow.
Because what are you doing?
But is
Like,
that how it happened? We don't even know if that's how it
Then
happened.
how did it happen?
I don't know.
And they went out and they got drunk and she fell on his dick.
No, not
Wretch
even that.
says
But that's my point.
Rich
So whatever it is,
confirms,
it's
I didn't
snake
steal
behaviour.
anybody when somebody
said
was
that.
in
They probably
prison.
weren't
That's what
together.
he
he
said.
said that.
That's what he said, but we're taking it as that what he's saying is the truth, right?
I'd like,
Scorcher has said the same thing.
yeah.
That
so
he
then-
wasn't in prison.
Scorcher said that man like him can't steal no girl from me.
No, those are two different things. It's not the same thing.
That's the same thing.
It's
He's
the
like-
same thing.
No, but we can't deduce the truth from those things.
Why
I don't
not?
know.
we can only give
He's
what's
saying that Wretch
presented.
couldn't steal my chick.
Yeah.
And Wretch is with the chick.
Yeah.
So if he didn't steal the chick, that means the chick was not his to steal.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, that's not what I
So
was
they're
saying,
not
but it's
together.
okay.
Oh.
Right, so they weren't together. So you didn't steal my chick.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Factual.
Man can't steal my
and
chick.
he's saying he weren't in prison.
Exactly.
But when he was in prison, I do believe he was doing a wire thing, like Stringer Bell was going over to the other girl's house and was banging. Like, so maybe they weren't official, but while he was away, he was getting in there with Sadie.
I don't
Use
know
that
if
time.
that's true.
I don't know.
I think it was
I think
like
that's what
quiet
the
time.
streets are saying.
I don't
And
know if
I
that's
feel
true.
like back in the day, that is what we understood to be true. But
I don't know that
I
part.
cannot.
But they may not have been
cannot confirm.
official in the prison years. It may have been official
Exactly.
after
It might
that.
be
Why
like-
he says
Also-
10 years.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Did you see
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
But
And it's just
also-
like, why are you watching her anyway?
But-
like,
Yeah,
I
but they may
I
have
think
seen
that's
her at the same
wild.
time and they-
It doesn't
they
matter.
liked her.
What is not
It was
music video?
And it was like,
Disney.
The same girl. We're in love with the same girl. That's basically
That happens though.
Oh my god. Okay. All right.
I don't know.
I'm not in that bubble. I'm just not.
No,
yeah.
it's
saw
messy
her
and
at
it's
the same time.
it is
But that
busy.
can happen, man. But when,
No, it
like
can, but
it can.
Okay. Yes. In
they-
theory, yes, it can
Sometimes
happen.
shit happens, man.
The likelihood of it happening.
Sometimes it happens.
And sometimes the wrong guy got the
saw her
wrong
at
chick,
Lord
and
of
then
the
they
Mic.
realised that was the wrong move. You're supposed to be the one.
Yeah.
That shit can happen. And that's what I'm going to say. At least still together, and you create a
Just
beautiful
like, I
life.
don't know. Not to,
It's not worth the headache.
That's
Depending on
the only
anyone's
thing that
relationship,
deduces the fuckeries of this is that they're together
Yeah.
and they've been together for 10 years. But are they married?
But that doesn't
don't
mean.
know.
I mean, like, I get it, and I know that makes everyone feel comfortable and everything like that. But length of time does not mean good relationship.
Okay, so I'm in a
Do you know what I
relationship.
mean? It really
so,
doesn't.
Okay, so I'm in a bad relationship, man. It's really, really bad. Like, you're all like, damn bad.
Mm-hmm.
You're all like, can you leave this motherfucker? Can you
I was
just
like,
leave
the last
him?
time I was like, I'll run him over.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, me too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Run him over.
That one, yeah.
That one. So finally jogged him on. But then
Don't try it. Oh, God.
Then it's brethren.
there's a friend that all this time, and I'm like, do you know
You've got
what?
better friends.
Okay, now
I'm just saying I would co-sign it if that did happen.
I'm not gonna sit here and act like friends haven't been friends and friends. Like I've dated friends, so
Have you?
you know I have.
I'm acting for the point.
I didn't know.
But it was like I
Straight
said,
out.
it was I'm not gonna go too deep because it's so bait. But it's the level of my relationship with both of those people. Do you know what I mean?
And were they both cool with it?
I mean, fuck, because neither of them were my boyfriend. So that's up to you.
But were they cool with it though?
Afterwards, they were not. But who gives a fuck?
Okay,
Like,
I'm just saying this is the same situation.
And do you know what?
But
What-
it's, no, but it's part of that ownership thing as well.
That's
It's
what-
like
that's
if I've
the
dated
part.
you fucking 10 years ago,
that part.
why are you vexed about something that's happening today? When me and you didn't even date, like it wasn't even that
Ownership.
deep. But because you want to be big bollocks and have some sort of ownership, you're upset. Don't be upset.
Yeah, I
If
don't
it
like
was
that.
deep. Me and you would have been in the ting properly.
That's
We're
the
not
thing.
in the ting properly.
It's just ego, male
Yeah.
fucking pride and ego.
It's
the
one
brethren.
upmanship.
So
No,
were
I
they
ha-
not
I have
friends
that.
anymore after because of the?
No, that's not it.
Oh, okay.
It's not that.
So they just.
no, it wasn't
alright,
because of me. They just didn't like the situation. But well, I say they. The first one didn't like the situation.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, shit happens.
Yeah, no, I have
second
that.
one
I think I
didn't
have
give
that male ego trait where if you do not date my friends and do not date my exes, my friends cannot date my exes. No,
I hear it, and I think
Absolutely.
if someone say it explicitly, and it's, do you know what? It's also going searching for it, because there could be a situation where I meet somebody, and like, oh wow, oh hi, you're amazing, and then one day we turn up at the dinner, and you're like, but hold on, that's my ex. What am I supposed to do?
If that
ever
happens,
okay?
yeah.
I'm just asking, what
like,
happens
if that
then?
happens, like if it was reversal and like I'm like, oh, that guy's cute, and you turn around and that's like, oh, that's my ex. immediately
Your
it's
fanny
like
closes.
the pussy turns off.
Yeah.
Turns off.
I hear that.
Do you know
Because
what
I'm like that about
Like,
taking men. When a man's
seriously.
taken, yeah, it goes heel, dries up and goes closed.
Do you know what I
I get
mean?
that.
But same
I
thing
know.
doesn't.
I
But
get
in the
that.
But
situations
what if it
where
doesn't?
it doesn't,
It's
where
a
they
fairy
literally
tale.
are
It's not a fairy
No,
tale.
I
it's
am-
a fairy tale.
That's not a fairy tale.
No,
We've
it
all
is.
experienced
Do you know-
brethren that have had that happen, yeah?
Do you know-
Where one person has been with
Yeah.
a guy, it may have been 10 years ago, but
Oh,
that
yes.
was their
Yes.
guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you see him later on, and it's like, but that was such a long time ago. But the person's like, you can't date him. It's like,
I think
but
that's wild.
actually
I literally
like
him.
I haven't
him.
been through that. I can't.
I know.
can't,
I'm not my
like-
person. I know that situation.
I've literally been.
I would
Two
not.
sets of friends have had that happen, and I understand the person being like, not that guy though, because I then have to see that person
yeah.
all
And
the
it's
time.
that.
If
And
you're
I think
with
it's
them.
the nature
People
of
in the
the-
world.
But that's what I mean. It's
But
the nature of
too
the
many people-
relationship.
There
Well,
isn't,
if
though.
you were in love with somebody, right?
Yeah.
You were in love with someone, and then like you broke up, and it is still kind of
Yeah, it's there.
in your soul.
Yeah.
Right. And it could have been bad reasons, or you just drifted apart, whatever it is. But it's almost like that's the person that got away.
Yeah.
That was sad. You can't then date him.
Yeah.
Like you said, I don't want to see his face.
I think it's fair to.
but I do have
date that.
exes that I don't give a damn about. Like,
So anybody, yeah.
But in this case, it's your baby father.
But-
so would you be comfortable with
My baby
anyone
father.
close to you dating your baby father?
I don't think I'd mind, you know.
I actually
Like
don't think
my
I.
baby father. I don't think I'd mind. Good luck. Not really. He's a nice guy.
I could
He's
never
better as my
say that either. I could never say no, absolutely not. I just couldn't.
I think it's that.
I absolutely-
wouldn't have the
but
balls
you know
to
what
say
it
to
is?
somebody you can't date them.
But you know what? But you know what? But you know what it is. I'll tell you what it is.
See it for you.
I can't do it.
I'll tell you where it is. I'll tell you where it is.
Where is it?
I'll tell you where it is.
Where is it?
Like especially 25 years later.
Yeah.
If it's like, for whatever reason, there's a meet and there's a greet and there's a like, oh my
Are you
God.
being serious?
I don't know.
You're committing this to camera.
What
What are you saying?
I go to Ghana, right?
Yeah.
And I meet your baby father.
And that could happen. They could
And
have
I'm like, oh my God, do you remember when we used to hang around back in the
Do you
day?
know what I mean? You
Oh my
got common
God.
ground.
Oh, wow.
I know
And
Emma.
but it has to
And
be
then
real.
I'm like,
It has
you,
to be real.
Do you know what? He looks good though.
No, you're not going to do that. You're going to say, okay, like, honestly, we just
That is
happened to
wild.
spend
I'm
some
his
time.
whole dad.
I know,
That's
but,
wild.
but my
That's
point
wild.
is,
never
That
having
is
it.
wild.
Can you see what I'm saying?
no, but here, you're not listening.
Go on,
Listening.
You don't spend your time with this, but
You
you
don't even
don't.
want us to talk to anymore.
No, that's different. There's the brethrens, and then there's like, I saw him and it's like, there's a real connect. It's about
Okay,
the
baby
real-
father.
No, okay,
They've
right.
spoken,
So I'm just like,
connection.
oh my God, like I feel like I'm in love with him.
More you
and
than
stuff.
you, but you or you.
No, that's wild.
All right.
That's
believe
wild.
you.
And I start posting him on
For them to
social.
get there, they would have had to
Okay.
have spoken.
I'm up
And
in
you're
the
going to be
music
like, why
videos.
didn't I know they were... You're,
No. Listen,
All right.
listen,
Another context. Wait. All right. I have got another one for you.
Okay.
Your ex, your most recent ex.
Okay.
Yeah? I go out and I see him and I'm like, do you know what? Yeah. He's looking
But do you know,
kinda
but you
good.
can't do that. What you can do is like, do you know
That
what?
is a whole
You see the
nonsense.
scenario
You're
where
lying.
you
But
guys.
that's you're lying.
Can you not let me finish what I'm
But you're saying you can't do that, but that's where it starts.
No,
So
but
when
because
you
she-
start
because
a
to be
relationship,
fair,
you're just like,
what's gonna
you know what? He's nice.
What's going to happen is that's not going to happen because what's going to happen is going to be some secrecy.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you're going to be
wait,
there.
No, okay, I don't know him.
Wait. Alright,
go
So
on,
like,
go on.
I could
Wait.
meet him. And I don't know, and it could
Exactly.
just be a surprise. But I love him.
And if you do, then what can I do? Because you know what? No,
What can I do? You can say Sade.
no, because now I am blocking your blessing.
No,
but I'm blocking your
it's not my blessing.
No.
Because you've already proven that it's not a blessing.
No, because for me it wasn't a blessing, but for you it might be a blessing.
why I wouldn't
That's
say
the
that.
only reason why.
Yeah.
I would not wish that passed on anybody.
No. Listen, because at the end of the day, in all real seriousness, every dog has its day, as in the reverse. Like there's a dog that's. Do you know what?
Every
what you
bottle has a
allowed?
cap.
Yeah, and every bottle has a cap. It's right.
Rather than dog.
So okay, yeah. So like, if it's like what me and you had was a crock of shit. But for some reason, you met that person, that's out of my control. And I don't expect you to be like, every minute, oh my God, that's wild, because I'm not going to be able to handle that. But if it's something that's like, do you know what? Real talk, something's happened, I'm not going to say I might not be salty, emotional, but if it's a thing that is for real, who am I? Really? It's just on principle.
Okay, no, no.
I just don't subscribe.
I mean, even even for the sake,
I've seen your ex around
of the who am I?
I've seen your ex around.
No, it's not even that. It's for the sake of the who am I. You have to respect your feelings.
No,
you don't have to be brethren with the person anymore if they want to be with the man.
No, it could be,
you can
but that could
also
be the fallout.
avoid the blocking of it. That should be the fallout. It's not even. It could
the
be.
honesty of like, I don't want this to happen.
No, but and that might also come out of my mouth. But also, it's like if it would.
Okay,
But
that's
who am I
where
going
it's gonna
to
stop for me.
But if it's going to, I don't know.
If you said that, straight away, no.
I don't think it's fair to say that. That's what I wanted you to get to say.
You don't even have to say it. It's
not going to happen.
Everything's going to
But I'm
shrivel
just
out.
saying that
We're going to go on to the
but I
next.
think the logic, obviously, like I said, I've not actually experienced this for me to be, I'm talking with my chest, but so I'm reserving an element of like, okay, I could absolutely crash out and fight you, go nuts and do everything. But I think logically, I really think logically, there's a bit of a, if two human beings meet, and they really have that real connect, and it's not fair. I think that's a real thing that could happen.
I think it's Hollywood.
I don't think it's Hollywood. I don't think it's Hollywood.
I think it depends on the person.
Yeah.
The last person that I was serious with, nobody could date him because I would want to kill him on sight. So you can't be around my people. Like, I want to kill you on sight, innit? But then it's someone from like 20 years ago. He's a nice guy. He's a really nice guy. Like, have at it.
I feel much. Welcome to your Aunties could possibly, and maybe from back in the day. I'm Auntie AK, the auntie of all aunties, looking for a man. Not really.
Wow.
She said it. It's out there.
I feel like you guys should support me.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Like, comment, and joking. All right, I'm Auntie AK and I'm here with...
I'm Farah, your resident Caribbean queen.
I'm Nana, aka the Black Fairy, aka Dark and Lovely.
And wait.
She's back.
She's back.
Are you doing the racism again?
Yes, she is. Because I've been to Africa.
Entire Africa.
Yes.
All of Africa.
I've been to all
She's
Africa.
back. The deepest, darkest.
Oh my God.
Okay, yeah. Welcome.
Yeah.
How do you want African?
Shit.
No,
Do you know what I mean?
The
They're going to
I'm
say you
African.
fucking English people.
I'm African.
Are you're allowed to do it with Africa?
You're really not.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. I'm back. It's Sade, all things sugar and shade.
Hey. Oh my God.
Umbongo.
Can you not do that?
Bongo. Wow.
You are actually doing
Unless you're going to sing the advert.
Wow.
You're not allowed to do that.
I'll be
I
your
know, but
dog.
you didn't sing.
Ding-ding-ding-ding-ding.
That's,
Bongo, they drink
oh,
it
no,
in
that's
Bongo.
Kiora.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
that's
Bongo.
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 Oh, no, that's
Kiora's
racist.
also racist too.
That's racist.
Kiora was racist too.
Rhino said,
It was-
I know.
it was
we'll call
fun.
it Bongo.
Bongo, drink it in the jungle.
They don't drink in the jungle.
I know.
They don't.
it's
And they've never
it's
seen it in
racist.
the...
No, they drink it in the Congo.
Bongo.
That's the word.
I know.
They drink it in the Congo.
And look what's happening in the
They
Congo
drink it in
as
the
a result
Congo.
of drinking
And then it
Bongo.
says,
Because of
a lion.
Bongo.
This is how racist it is.
A lion
took an apricot and mixed it with a mongo.
A mongo.
Bongo. They drink it in the Congo. But we
Can we get?
It was
But
so
also,
good.
can we just understand
Wait,
that
the
Kiora
advert
was
was
also
good.
racist? A little black thing going Kiora with the crows. With the crows. And he was
He was just
bopping
going on a
with his
walk.
straw hat.
No, he was going on a walk.
I think he was a little slave.
I'll be your dog.
I'll be your dog. And it never even said it like that. It said it like this. I'll be your dog. Why are you speaking like that?
Wasn't there crows?
But they were the crows from Dumbo.
It was actually
And the crows, they were racist. They've exposed Dumbo as being racist as well.
It's so
Yeah,
sad.
Dumbo's
Our
racist.
childhood is
We
ruined.
can't have anything.
No.
Absolutely nothing. Can't sing Baba Black Sheep. Can't do nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
Mr. Soft racist.
no, he just was high. Mr. Soft was
was
high.
he high?
Mr. Soft, won't you tell me why the world in which you're living is so strange?
I don't remember that.
What?
I don't remember that.
I wanted to Google it, but yeah, Google it. Mr. Soft for cheap
was
or
this-
for
was it a
soft
drink?
mints.
Yeah,
Soft
soft
mints.
And he
It
was
was
really
all white
white,
and it was
but
padded.
I swear there was something about it.
No,
So
because he was just high. I believe he was on drugs.
Okay.
Okay.
But in Bongo and Kiora,
Are definitely
Racist.
racist.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
racist.
And we accepted it because we were little children that didn't understand that we were
love
being
Bimbongo. I
racial.
felt
So
seen.
good.
Yeah.
I
But it's
like
racist.
Bimbongo.
I don't know if
I
I
like
actually drank.
Kiora.
I like
I don't think I
Kiora.
like the drink. I just like the advert.
I just like the advert. Guys, we have some announcements after all of that. Please, you must.
Book the like button. Book the like button. Book the like button. Book the like button.
Do it now.
Fucking stop it.
What are you doing? Oh, you doing racism?
Yeah, it's weird.
No, but hold on. We cannot just say that
early.
bongo drums are racist because actually we do use drums.
You doing it? It's racist.
Bongo was racist.
100%.
But now, also, please make sure you.
Oh. Please sign up for our membership. If you want to be our friend, it is £1.99. But if you want to be family and get involved in family things, then it's £4.99, cheaper than a bag of chips.
We are family. And also, if you're listening on the podcast airwaves, you must.
Yeah, so guys, our audio listeners, you have a special place in our hearts.
In our hearts.
So please make sure you leave comments and then also leave us ratings, but we only want 5 stars. If we don't get 5 stars, what are we going to do?
Return to sender.
Your stars are ours to have.
And you feel me
All
special.
your stars you'll give to us.
And we'll give you more and more.
We like 5, we don't like less.
Or we'll kill you.
Kill you. The escalation.
Oh my God. So violent. And they think I'm the violent one.
I meant to get the thunder in, but I just got stopped at kill. All right, guys, just remember that we're your favourite aunties. We're not experts. We're just sharing our opinions, hopes and dreams and thoughts with you. So don't come for us, or we will come for you because we're your aunties. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Thank you.
Yes.
For real.
Order in the court.
Don't try.
Don't try it.
We're not trying. Seriously.
Try it.
I swear to God, I'm just stacking my money. When I get my private eye company, yeah, these people,
We will bring you down.
gonna come after
How
them.
many people have had to be like, be respectful, like really gone into auntie
Yeah.
mode when they're trying it? It's like,
Don't try
don't
it.
come here. It's not a democracy.
Yeah.
Nah.
Be respectful or piss off.
I love when you do that. It makes me laugh so much.
Can't do that.
Oh, that's
hate when
Casualty.
people
What's
come
Juliet
in here.
Bravo?
No, you can't come in here and
What
start
was
chatting
Juliet
about. You
Bravo's
guys need
tune?
to.
Who?
Juliet Bravo.
Who's
I never
Juliet
watched that
Bravo?
dead program.
How old are you?
Some
Juliet
dead
Bravo?
program with some white police officer.
I do not remember. Is she
Juliet
from the 70s?
Was it old and then it
I'm
had
not even-
reruns?
I'm just saying, is it from
No,
the
it was
70s?
like- it was like-
Yes, that was what I was.
No, it was like still time like Bill days.
It's a
Oh,
Bill
really?
Day.
Juliet Bravo.
Yes,
Was it on
Dead
BBC Two? Like,
Kinda, or something. BBC One.
I do not remember. I just remember that program was dead. And
It had
I
a
watched
signature
it.
soundtrack. I mean, theme
You're on your
tune.
own.
Was it from the 60s, like Heartbeat?
No, it was from the
No, it was
80s,
like
as we
set in
said.
the 80s.
okay, go on. How does it go?
I cannot remember, and I did Casualty by mistake.
Oh.
What is casual eating?
But Juliet Bravo had a distinctive sound. I feel like I want to play it just for a second.
If you could
can't
do it
remember what it
quickly.
was.
Go on, get it, because I don't even know what this
no
was.
And I feel like
idea.
I've made a mistake, but I'm just going
I
to
feel like this is
Juliet
from the
Bravo.
70s and it had a rerun.
I feel like,
I remember her
I
with her
think
hat.
60s
Her
even.
women,
Thank you.
the WPC.
thank
Oh,
you,
is it?
Farah, for
White
backing
chick.
me.
Do they speak
A
funny?
leading white woman
Were they-
police show.
Yeah,
In
Juliet.
the UK.
Yeah.
Was she grey?
Like basically 10,000 people watched it.
Yeah.
AK was one of them.
It even
Was it your favourite?
it actually wasn't.
Sorry.
I fucking hate you all.
Juliet Bravo. I've
I
never
bet you
heard
watched
of
it
this.
because you wanted to.
Hold
Not
on.
even forced.
This sounds like an ABBA tune.
No, this sounds like something else.
Juliet Bravo.
No,
I don't remember.
It's
No,
coming
This
to you,
is
isn't
not
it?
hers.
No.
It is.
No,
I
no, no. I've
totally
heard
don't
this
remember this,
for
but
something
this
else.
sounds
This
like the
sounds
beginning of
yeah.
something else.
Give me the dance and I miss
Yeah. It sounds like that. And it
Juliet
sounds a little bit like
Bravo.
Danger Mouse as well in the beginning
It
there.
is Juliet Bravo.
Show
All right, welcome to Enemies of Progress as well. Oh dear. There's lots of enemies out there. And my first one is actually a more serious tone, colorism, because it caused a woman to pop her own balloon. So guys who still watch Pop the Balloon on YouTube, the dating series, this episode's gone a bit viral because there was a dark-skinned woman on it, and there's a handsome gentleman who was doing the round, doing the line, and she kind of pre-popped her balloon. She said that she was shocked. She didn't realise that she would be his type. And then they ended up matching at the end. I don't know what
Did they go on a date?
I don't know anything else because that's how it ended.
Yeah,
but they
he
went.
picked her.
Yeah, he picked
How
her.
did they? So they went on the date.
But I don't know what
Oh my
the
god!
end
And
result
then he
is.
walked into the room and she was like, and now they're gonna get married.
And that's how it's got to go. Society. But then I mean, it's been a lots of debate about that situation. So I threw in like, obviously colorism is always the enemy of progress, but also there's a bit of conversation like, was she an enemy of like blocking her own blessing by pre-popping, and was she projecting? I think he's the innocent party in all of this. And so what do you think? Because there's some conversation of that. No man wants a woman who's that insecure. She's blocking her blessing and projecting. And then others are like, well, yeah, duh, this is why she did it, because it's in society, it's like, it's rare that maybe the dark skin will be picked first. And because there was another woman from Ghana who's dark skin on the line, and the rest were light skinned women. And yeah, go ahead. What do you lot think?
I mean, I can see why she would pop her own bloom, because I think in this day and age especially, I think like if you're a black man, it's like you have to overtly loudly say that you're number one into black women and number two into dark skinned women. So like I can see, and to be fair, I don't really like the show anyway. Like, you know, I don't like the premise, I don't like what it stands for and how I think it's demeaning a little bit anyway. But like, so I can see how you wouldn't want to embarrass yourself, right? Do you know what I mean? And she's just popped it because she just didn't want to even go through that. Like, she'd be holding on. You can put yourself in a position where you're getting ridiculed, you know, kind of thing. This goes all around the world. So I can understand how she got there. I just don't think, I mean, like, everyone's got a little bit of insecurity. Show me someone who hasn't. Like, do you know what I mean? So this is hers and it's on a national stage, unfortunately, on this show. That's, yeah.
Yes, exactly that. And too, I get why she did, but it's like people always say, if you're going to win, like there's a winner's spirit that is contagious as well. And she didn't put her best foot forward to win. And sometimes I feel like that feeds into racism as well. I'm not excusing any racists in any way. And it exists, but I do think sometimes as black people, as dark-skinned women, we can be like, we're not going to be desired and count ourselves out of the race when you actually was a participant. And we saw it in action. If anything, this is just a warning for a lot of people to not walk into spaces and look at a black man and judge them and say, that's a black man that's going to sleep with a white woman, because you never know. Sometimes you can tell, but sometimes you can't.
Yeah, that's a contradiction.
I choked on the lie for you. I choked on your lie. Go on.
I think you guys have said it. I mean, I feel I'm like you. I don't really like the show because I don't like any show where people get off on degrading other people and like to the point where they're going down them and talking about what's wrong with them or what they don't find attractive.
Yeah.
I don't like that shit. So I wouldn't be going on that show if you paid me all the fucking pounds in the world. I'm not. I'm not
even
going,
for $1 million.
No. I don't want to be degraded. Like I don't like the idea of that. I'd
Do it for
I
$1
don't
million.
like.
Sorry.
But how am I going to know that
But
you're
yeah.
giving me $1 million? Like, it's a lot, innit? Like, I don't know.
yeah.
Like, I don't. And it's like you said, it goes around all the world, and then someone's just there picking out all the things that I'm insecure about.
Yeah.
And then it's like goes viral, and that's all people are focused on.
God.
So I think it's interesting that she went on the show, but it's almost as though she, in that moment, kind of regretted it and was like, I'm going to get out of this before anyone says anything about me.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I got from that. And it's a shame that she felt that he wouldn't have been interested in her and didn't want to give it the chance to see where it would go. So I don't know.
Let me not have watched this when I was on my time of the month, because I would have been crying. It was very, because the what she went through that moment. It's the reason why I would, same way, not going on that show. I could not survive. I would like, and I don't know if I'd pop my balloon in advance. But I think that's also slightly, I'd feel embarrassed that I did that because I'm just displaying to the world my insecurities. But from that, you're not seeing my insecurities because I'm not going on the show. But her kind of, if she did it with that kind of, well, we're assuming she actually, I don't know if she's spoken out,
assumptions.
but in doing that, that's that admitting defeat and then counting yourself out. That feeling of like, I felt that before. So so playing it out, I was like, yeah, I felt emotional for her in that moment, and I was really jubilated that she got chosen. But also, we still don't know if we don't know. Then this goes into that kind of cynicism and kind of skepticism of men. It's like, did you really like her? Are you really going to like her? And then if it doesn't, no, I'm just saying. But it's also for TV. And it's also, you don't know the levels of why anyone's participating anyway. That's why I wouldn't put myself in the situation. So even though he's like, yes, I like dark-skinned women, which is all could be well and true. If it doesn't work out, would it be because she's too insecure? Would it be because they just didn't get on? There's all these variables that I just don't like the scenario that this puts in front of us.
Yeah, I agree. I think like there's some men out there want points for liking dark skin women.
Yeah, there's also that.
So I feel like we don't know. I mean, he came across nice, like, do you know what I mean? But we don't know who he is. And like, but the thing is, that's the thing. Although I am even scared of balloons, so I just never do this.
That
show.
part. Yeah,
maybe for a lot of money, but I'll be jumping every second. But like, you know, or they're going to pop your balloon. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like, that was,
honestly,
that's the fear. So like, yeah, let me pop it first. Like,
I hear it.
do you know what I mean? Because also as well, we're not there. We're seeing edited. What was he looking at the other women? Was he looking at her? Did he give her eye contact? Was there any sort of signal to show that he was interested in her also? So she might have been reading
the room,
something that that wasn't you know, do you know what I mean, said in the show. So there's that.
True.
Also as well, she got a balloon back. Do you know what I mean? So that is a thing. So there is that. So you have that fail safe. So I don't know if it's like, it wasn't super detrimental that she popped her own balloon. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know if have they done that before though?
I don't watch it either.
When somebody's done it a bit hasty, maybe they didn't finish answering the question, and then they answered the question, and they're like, actually, I want to be back in the game. They
I never knew that. I thought this was a one-off. That's why I was like even more like.
Do you feel, I've never ever watched a full episode, and so watching that was gave it a little bit more context to the show, and I was like, oh, maybe I could watch a little bit, but same way, I don't like this. Just the superficialness of it, but the fact that there were more questions asked is similar to, it's like Blind Date, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
So then it's just a bit more rough around the edges. But loud noises. But the way that there was a bit of more back and forth, and she asked him questions, he asked her more questions, I was like, that part, fair dues. And it's just like any other dating show person.
The original
was worse.
No, it's more like a dating show.
Okay.
The spin-offs from all around the world, like the
I think that's what
Jamaican
it
one,
is.
they're just cussing people. The Nigerian one is flipping hilarious, just in the levels of what you're going to buy me. It just fits into all the stereotypes. But Arlette's one, I think, is definitely like Blind Date.
It's okay.
It's not that bad. It's entertaining. Hella entertaining.
Have you
I would never. I would.
It is
I don't think anybody
addictive.
should go on it. In any way.
Yeah. But
I don't even know how they get the people.
I know.
That's wild. Like, how
We're in
do
a
they get
different
them?
world.
There's
I
a
haven't
UK
watched the live
now.
one yet.
There is
I haven't
a-
watched it.
Yeah, there's a UK one, and it's hosted by China.
Who?
China.
What?
China.
No fucking way.
It's
China.
hosted by China.
What? How long's that been going?
Is China putting himself on the
He's
line?
got about 4 episodes now. No, he's the host.
No, I'm saying he should put himself on the line because he needs a women
He
as well.
absolutely should be on the line.
I hope he's suggesting that they get married,
Of course he will.
and I hope that I hope he's.
China, really?
It's so mismatched.
Is it?
Wow.
Yeah, it's jokes.
I've watched Yvonne's one, and Yvonne does an amazing job as a
The
host.
live, I saw
the
2
Netflix
of the
one.
live ones.
But then I understand. Well, I don't understand because I didn't watch either. I don't have an affection for the original, but I can understand the kind of, now it's neat and tied up in a bow of it all. And I didn't understand having people from like a reality show previous and being on there, because it's like, that's not real. I don't like when you start to see like this is kind of orchestrated. I know it all is, but Yvonne does a great job, so big up Yvonne.
Yeah, she's funny in it, but it has lost its sparkle, definitely. And the YouTube numbers haven't suffered.
No, because that particular one with Anita, I think her name was Anita or something. It's like on 0.1 something like that.
all the time.
So that's that.
So who was your enemy in that?
Colorism always, and
No, but we
I don't.
did we know that it was colorism in that?
No, I'm just saying colorism always, because that I think that I don't know. We don't know if she absolutely was like, he's not going to like dark skinned women. She did say, I didn't think I would be your type, and when he said I like dark skinned women, she went, oh, so that's all we've got. The viewer has got to go on. So I line it with that. Colorism's always in the bin, and I just hate that this is where we're still at in 25, like it's still a thing. And also the reason why I emphasize, because it's not like it's gone away, where you could go into I could go into a space and a thought would be, which one of these guys even likes dark-skinned women?
Or black women.
No, I understand. But I'm talking about for me.
I definitely agree with you.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
It's absolutely a
and
thing.
walking in the room, like,
And even I can't stand in music where they still make references to that shit. Like it's like 2025.
Yeah.
Do we still need to talk about lighties
Yeah.
and shit like that? It's fucking annoying.
yeah, all of
Get
that.
a grip. It's not even, and especially because it's not something that's come from us. It's something that was forced onto us, and we're still out here projecting.
Perpetrating it.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
And there was a clip as well that I think there's lots of kind of, what do you call it, video vlogs on it, reaction videos to it, and they showed a clip of the other way around, guy line up and a light skinned girl, and a dark skinned man was like, no, he popped his balloon for her because he was like, I don't like light skinned women, and she said, and I think the host asked, is that your type? She says, well, but you're showing colorism. And she's like, you showed colorism, I understand it's your preference, but I wouldn't go for you because you're showing colorism. And he just goes, I just like dark skinned women. And we talk about the role reversal and where colorism doesn't always land in the same way for light skinned people, but it obviously is a thing. And it's how he would probably be championed for saying that he likes, as you said, like men.
Does it have a name?
No, it doesn't have a name. It's under prejudice what he's done, but it isn't the
It's not
traditional.
But people do
colorism.
but there has been conversations
yeah.
about
That's
colorism
like
being
reverse racism.
No,
Yeah.
but I'm saying it has been attributed.
There needs to be a term.
needs
for it.
There needs a term, but
Yeah.
we've definitely had that conversation.
Yeah, we've had lots of conversations because it is a thing, but I don't know what you would call it.
Yeah.
Because that's absolutely a thing. I mean, it's that fetishization thing for like more mixed race people, I would say, or people who are on the lighter end of it. Like, because I don't sit within that. Like, I don't sit within people. Black men don't look at me and be like, oh, she's a light skinned chick. Like, I don't get that. I've never had that. I know that's how you may see me, but I haven't had that experience. If you know what I mean, like I'm always too black for them. I don't know what that is. Like,
Have you been told that before? Verbal. Like, no one's asking. I'm asking a question. Have you been told that?
Let me finish talking.
Say to her, like,
Okay.
The men that I know that like lighter skinned chicks, I'm not their type.
Right,
Like I'm
That's what I'm asking.
I'm not their type of light skin.
Okay,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
I do know that.
Yeah,
for
that's
a
what I'm
fact.
asking. I'm asking.
Yeah?
That's what I was
Because
asking.
and I would say to those guys, I can spot the type of
Light-skinned girl.
light skin, mixed race end type of girl
Yeah.
that they're gonna go for. And I'm not
layers
I'm
to
not
it.
in
Yeah.
I totally
it definitely needs a name, and it is.
And it can't just be fetishization.
Like
Yes,
dark-skinned
because
girls.
fetishization is totally is different, and that has a larger gamut of who you're going to fetishize as well.
Yeah, exactly.
But in terms of the discrimination that a dark skinned person is going to get, and you have colorism, it's not. It actually annoys me when people are like, "Oh, but that's colorism."
Yeah,
It's not
It's not the same
because it's
thing.
only one way traffic. But then that's when I don't know how colorism came about. Who comes up with the terms? Somebody needs to sit down and come up with the terms
for that, because it definitely exists.
Yeah, but it's not the same thing. Like, people shouldn't say it's the same thing. It doesn't. It's not in society. It's not the same thing either.
Yeah.
So it's not right to say that. It's like all fucking lives matter.
Yeah. Or when people say that's reverse racism.
Yeah, it's like
that's
it's not
so
that
annoying.
Yeah.
But also, for lack of a better word for this situation, then that's why it's like reverse colorism. But she said it's colorism, bam, and he shrugged his
I've been
shoulders.
told that from men before that I don't date light skinned girls. That's okay because I don't date light skinned men. I do.
Thank
I'm
you.
joking.
Thank
but
you.
my preference, if we're allowed to still say that in this day and age, I like a dark skinned man.
You sound like Alf Garnett. If we could still say preference in this day and age.
I do.
Men are talking
But
about
I
their
just like
preferences all day long.
black men. Really,
And that's always been my thing. I like black men, and there's, I don't even have be black. Be black.
I actually don't even mind. People can say their preferences, just don't shit on what isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. You can,
And don't make excuses for it by saying,
Yeah.
Just
it's
be like, this
because
is what
I
I
also
like it.
like this.
But also be honest about the situation we're in, because I don't like also, it's when it's just my preference and we're having like a conversation like this and you're not acknowledging how your preferences can be affected by what's going on in wider society. I don't like the lie either. And that's all. That's
They
But that
don't
would
even
be
know.
everybody's preference.
And also, they haven't even unpacked. Most people haven't even.
That's the part,
unpacked it. Do you
unpacking
know what I mean?
that's the part.
I don't think men are like really taught to kind of unpack these types of things. It's not
to really sit down and work out why. No, it's just basic levels, if that's your preference, that's your preference. Don't dogpile on anybody.
Yeah.
And
Say, but
if you have the the wherewithal to think about why is it that I'm seeking this preference and not necessarily a characteristic in another human being to be my mate, I don't think there are too many people, black men or white, that even women that sit down and really think about why they go after what they go after.
And also, are white people having this conversation? Because when you said black men or white, are white... Oh, okay. No, I was thinking about white men sitting there. Why do you only date white women? Why don't you date anyone else? That's what I meant.
It's a blonde.
The blonde thing. Yeah, no, I get that. I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking about race.
That type.
Yeah, a
Yes,
BY.
the Celtic
why
beauty,
would you want
Aryan.
that?
the Aryan
Why
look.
are you always going after?
Yeah.
They have the same shit.
No, I was going race, that's why. But yes, well, absolutely what you're talking about. I hear it.
My enemy of progress is a white woman called Shiloh Hendrix
Good
This
grief.
bitch.
from Minnesota.
Yeah.
She is an absolute enemy of progress. You guys may have seen her out here in the internet streets in a video calling a 5-year-old black child with autism the N-word repeatedly.
Did you call him the child? Did you call the child the N-word? It is my own business. You call him... Okay, why don't you have the boss to say it right now again? Okay. All right, that's what you say. Nobody digging through. That little kid, you call him the little child? Are you about to hit him? You chase him here?
He took my son's stuff.
So that gives you the right to call the child 5-year-old and the N-word.
If that's what he's gonna act
That's
like.
what you're gonna call him.
That's what he's gonna act like.
You know that's a hate speech, and you can be that.
I don't give a.
Okay, we'll see about that. What the internet has to say about you.
Also, it's the sheer brazenness of her to argue back with this man while he's filming, like she is in the right, just because he went into the toddler's changing bag and took a toy. Obviously, all you'd just be like is, can I have it back, please? Simple things. This is a mother of 3 in her 30s, an absolute racist. Now, to add insult to injury, she then gets on a Christian GoFundMe and puts up there that because of her internet fame for her racism, she needs to move her family away for her safety. And for some reason, there are thousands of people donating money to this. Currently, it sits at $700K dollars has been donated to this woman for her to flee for safety because of her racism. I just want to know you guys' thoughts on this. I'm incensed.
Do you know what's so heinous about this was that she was carrying her kid at the same time while this was happening. And like people are just like, oh, how does racism still continue? Because of things like this.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just learned behavior, like over and over again in the cycle. Like, I think like people are sick. They're sick.
They
in
are
their
so
heads.
sick.
Like, honestly, to actively be putting your money down. What I need, where are the hackers? I want the hackers to come.
Anonymous.
Come. Do you know what I mean?
It's
Anonymous, come and just release the details of all those people that have donated. Let's see who you are.
Probably got their names on it.
Some of them, but some of them use A-listers and do you know what I mean? It's just awful. It's really, really awful. Now, I do know there's been the NAACP, they have done their own, what do you call it, GoFundMe for the family, for the autistic child and stuff, but so hopefully they're getting some money through that as well. But like, you know, I think it's just really sad. Big up to the guy that filmed it.
Yeah.
You know, do you know what I mean?
Yes,
He's done a video and he's saying that he's been doxxed now.
Hi, my name is Shamarki Umar. I'm the guy who recorded that video of that racist woman that was insulting a 5-year-old child at the park here in Rochester, Minnesota. May I remind you guys, I have a clean criminal record. I've never committed a crime in my life. I am being punished for standing up, speaking up for a child. My address got leaked, my phone got leaked. I'm getting death threats by the minute. I have 4 children, the youngest one on the spectrum. He needs to go play outside every day. He can't anymore. So, doing the right thing gets you punished, and doing the wrong thing gets you rewarded. Make that make sense, America.
God.
Yeah, because of a lot of the racist white people. Just to piggyback on what you said about the people donating, lots of them were leaving like racist slurs. And their money was being sent back. So they started doing different ones. There's one that called themselves Nate Heggers and Nuck Figures as well. And they were doing all of those things, like swap out the letters and you'll know what they were saying.
And wasn't it as well like someone, because there's this white guy on TikTok that I follow, and he kind of like tries to find people when these things happen. I can't remember his name, but he was just like, people were sending like 14,088 pounds because the 14 is like for H in the alphabet, and the 88 is the words, the 8 words of Hitler or something like that kind of thing. Like it's really like, these people are like actual racist,
hard,
like
redneck.
You're saying, how does it happen? It happens because America is full of fucking racist people. Trump is the president. Trump is the president, and Trump appealed to a lot of these redneck idiots who are members of the KKK and have KKK affiliation and all of this stuff, and they're standing around making all the derogatory terms in the world. They because Trump is the president, they feel that they're able to come out and say these things out loud now. Before they would whisper it behind closed doors. He's getting rid of DEI. He's taking away all the artifacts in museums that have anything to do with black people. He's removing any kind of black history. He's bringing back Columbus Day. He's saying it's the Gulf of America. He's saying America's the greatest place in the world. He's saying let's get rid of immigrants. He's putting immigrants' pictures up in front of the White House. This is why this is happening, because he's given them the gusto to feel like they can go ahead and do that. You can carry your baby and say to a little child in a playground, you can call them the N-word and nothing's going to happen to you. We're going to actually give you money because, the same money we gave to Trump to fund his organization, we're going to give it to you so you can move because, they are that. And how dare they be in our country? That is literally why it's happening. And as for the woman that said it, you know what? Hell's got a hot seat waiting for you, and you see your kid that you was carrying, they're gonna come home with a black man. That's what's gonna happen to you.
Well, apparently,
allegedly,
married to someone,
but
was an ex or something like that?
True.
Something about an ex
looks white.
No, but apparently an ex or something in her past.
So like, she had a black man.
Something to that effect.
Could happen.
So I mean, that could happen.
I'm just like,
that tracks.
See you next Tuesday all the time.
It tracks. It tracks.
But there was a woman on Piers Morgan.
Yes.
Oh
God.
Was basically saying, yes, we should be giving her money.
They get preferential treatment when it comes to getting a job, when it comes to getting into colleges. White people, on the other hand, have been getting attacked relentlessly. Look at 2016 and BLM and all the riots. We just had to sit back and watch people burn down our cities and do nothing about it. So the way to fight back against essentially this anti-white hatred that's been systemically, ingrained in U.S. society is with white unity. We don't see white unity on.
Hang on. Okay, but hang on. Sorry, just to be clear, this has got nothing to do with anything you've just said. This is a disgusting racist woman who repeatedly spews the M-word, first at a young child and then at the person taking the video of her, does it with complete impunity, does it numerous times. We are talking about a bona fide, unquestionable racist. And so I don't understand why what you've just said to me bears any relation to white unity or anything that you've just said. She's just a racist. Isn't she? You wouldn't dispute that.
It's not about her. It's not about her. It's about
it is about her
coming together and supporting another white person. And it doesn't matter.
Why would you want to support a white racist?
Because I want to support free speech, and you cannot have free speech in the country.
No, that's fine. You can support free speech, but you also have to be accountable for what you say. Would you use the N-word out of interest?
Yes.
You would?
Mm-hmm. I do, quite frequently.
You use the M-word quite frequently. Well, why? Other than the fact you're a despicable racist.
I was also speaking to the founder, and the founder called Jacob. Is Give Send Go is the name. It's the Christian platform. He literally, when Piers is questioning him, saying, "Okay, so as a Christian platform,"
and I think that's very important to note. This is a Christian giving platform,
and he said on this Christian platform that so people was like, so what's your line? Because he says, we're here to protect children because they don't you're not allowed to do a GoFund for anyone that's raising money for abortion because they're pro-life. But yet the peers were like, what, this young black child was abused racially and called the N-word, and then the man Jacob is fluffing his words and saying, well. And on top of that, the conversation in America, what's happening is that Carmelo, the young 17-year-old who stabbed the white boy at a school event, so he was he's been let out on bail, and there's been this has turned into a big race war, and that's what people are also comparing this situation to that. And Carmelo has also had a Give Send Go crowdfund on this platform, as well as what's happened with Shiloh. And the founder said he's turned off the comments because it started to get really, really nasty between both sides. And it's like they're doing one-upmanship to raise money for the black boy, raise money for the white woman. But also they're saying that it's the same thing. And then the argument was, Mark Lamont Hill was arguing that it's not the same because the money that's being raised for Carmelo is for him to get a fair trial. Yeah. The family's not even saying he's in. They're not doing that. They're saying, just let us get our child get a fair trial. This woman blatantly called a 5-year-old defensive black child, whether they've got special needs or not, a defensive 5-year-old child, the N-word repeatedly, unapologetically and violently. And people are raising money. So this guy, Jacob, who's the founder of it, is doing whataboutery and refute. And then he comes in with it's the Bible says, and Jesus goes amongst the sinners, and that's what Jesus did. So this is what we have a neutral, but yet you have a hard line against abortion, but this is where you draw the line at protecting children who are on this earth.
And the thing is, it's like, look at the state of the country at the moment, in the US. That's what I'm saying, like, the true race is even when you can't afford eggs, you're donating.
Somebody
Do you know what I mean?
donated 10k.
That's crazy.
10k, like this is for you, love. Like sort yourself out.
Well done.
You can buy
Not
free
even
houses.
Sort yourself out. Well done.
Yeah.
Here's your bonus.
Yeah. Like she's
good work.
She's gonna become a millionaire.
And that's what it's been extended to now. Currently, it's sitting at her target is $1 million.
She'll get it.
In Rochester, 4 houses she could buy with $1 million. Like this is
She's being
crazy.
rewarded.
I mean, the city attorney is saying that they are looking into the evidence of this, and I really do hope that she is charged and convicted. With some type of a hate crime.
I don't understand why it's not. I understand you have to do due process, but I don't understand why it's not being seen as a crime because it's a hate crime.
Arresting somebody seems to take ages in America. I don't know. I was watching some crime series and the person clearly murdered the person, and it took them a month before they got arrested. I was literally like, how does it take a month? But, who knows? Hopefully something gets done about this. But there's form for this. Didn't they do the same with George Zimmerman? Didn't they do the same with the white guy?
That's what
recently?
they were saying.
They keep on doing these GoFundMes and they reward racists.
That's exactly what they were saying. And someone said that the difference here is that because she's a white woman and she's supposed to represent the purity of the white race.
Scraggy woman.
This is why, literally, that she's managed to get so much more than any of the white males that have heinous crimes.
She could be any type of trash.
They have form for rewarding racism, and that's the problem. It shouldn't be that this is okay on any platform. Like as soon as the heat came along, these guys should have shut it down and sent all of the money back to whoever was there.
And even and I think it's a different scenario, but it's leaning in Christianity and manipulating it for evil. You're not I revoke your Christian card. I beg, I absolutely revoke your Christian.
Hasn't it always been used in that way?
Yeah, they were using Christianity
to enslave us. Yeah, for real.
Yep, it's a big base. I mean, the Christian national movement and all of that, and I think they are the ones that are funding a lot of the racist stuff on the site and going about and giving and donating money to people.
And then you got.
This could actually be a little hustle. I just think sometimes people will do anything for a hustle to get money, but this could turn into a thing to do. I'm going to be abusive. I'm going to get somebody to film it. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to do a GoFundMe. and
It's a hassle.
I mean, it's risky.
It's that was it
do
the
you know what I mean?
the funding industrial complex now. It's now got a name.
Yeah.
Because like actually this thing where now drop of a hat you're doing GoFund, and there's an element now. Yeah, I mean not an element. It's happening now. So anything can happen. You raising money, and there's an element of like you can do what you want. If I break my nail and I want raise money for me, broken nails, get my nails done. If I want to do that, I can. But there's this thing now, it's becoming an industry.
Yeah, this feels like a big chain to get a lot of money in. And I do think that racism would be a really easy trope to kind of get all of these people.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
That is a signal out to all of the heifers out there.
Yeah. Oh, please.
Like you get funded.
Fools in the UK don't even start.
Just know you're going to get knocked out.
Honestly, this country is too small, you know. We're not as big as America. We'll find you.
And also, this is where it gets messy because it's like, this is where you know, it's all, to be fair, it's already happened with George Zimmerman, as you said. Guns get involved, people can die over this, and then they're going to get money for it. Come on, man.
He's still out here, isn't it?
Yeah. Still, imagine he was able to do death matches and do all these. He's been living like a celebrity. I don't know what his life is like now, but shit. But he's been living like a little mini celebrity.
Of course he has.
It's the
All
way-
of them
it's
do
weird.
though.
Crowd
like
meets.
the teenage boy that shot up the 17-year-old
yeah.
who walked past with the guns.
He became a MAGA mascot.
I mean,
actually forgot about that
we
little kid.
continuously see white people be exonerated for shit that they've done, and then black people be charged. Like the father who is being sentenced.
Yes.
He's up.
He's been charged.
He's been charged, that's it, for killing the sheriff or retired sheriff, I think it is, who killed his child the day before.
I think they've said that.
It wasn't
I think
even
they've
on
said,
duty.
Yeah, I think they said that he wasn't the guy that did it. The person that the father killed wasn't the actual guy that killed his son. Apparently, allegedly, I haven't looked into the story.
Oh, I saw that. And
black
then he
one.
walks past all of the police.
What I heard is it wasn't the guy, it wasn't that department.
Okay.
Where the sheriffs were. I don't know if that was the same.
Okay, yeah.
I heard
We'll look into it.
Same.
These are nonsense.
If you kill my child,
I'm coming for you.
I can't say what my crash out is going to be.
And I said it on record, and you can use this tape. And I'll go jail. I'll hand myself in.
Yeah. I mean, that's how he was walking when he was walking past the sheriffs. He was literally like, okay, I'll do my time.
I'm done.
It is what it is. Emotional distress.
What are you going to do? And the thing is, I feel like that's slightly... I don't know. I slightly think maybe more of this. Because no one's invincible. Like, no one's...
The chips fall, innit?
Yeah.
The chips fall.
We've got to die one day.
And if you instigate rage in somebody, chips fall.
Yeah.
I hate this.
I wanted to say, speaking of chips.
I just wanted to say, sorry. When this story broke with Shiloh, I saw the guy's video on TikTok, like as it was going viral. And the swiftness that her name came out was just like
amazing.
It was there were people being like, who is she? Like Rochester folks, who is she? And then there was somebody that was like, she was in my school. Her name is. I was literally like, oh my God, it was that fast. That quick for you to be outed. Yes, absolutely. And more of that, please.
But the Give GoFund, whatever the hell it's called, needs to be shut down. And hell is
there needs to be
not a
rules
type
against
of Freudian
who
slip.
can, have these GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Okay, my enemy of progress is the sharp chin queen herself.
Who?
Natalie Nunn.
Oh, I don't really know this lady.
So she has a show called Baddies,
Oh, okay.
which is oh God, how can you describe Baddies? It's basically women from generally disenfranchised backgrounds kind of thing coming together. What did you say there?
I didn't say anything.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay. Don't want to get yourself in trouble. Coming together and basically kind of competing. I don't even know what they're competing for, but they're competing to be the baddest or something like that. And they fight each other. Sometimes with no rhyme or reason. There's no kind of make sense. They might be in an audition and it's show us that you're bad. And then they will just fight someone next to them. It's ridiculously crazy reality TV show.
On Zeus Network.
This is on Zeus. Absolutely. Yes, kind of
and
thing.
that's Ray J's network?
Is it? No?
No, is it not? What's
Zeus belongs to a guy, I think his name is Limmy or Lemay or something, but no.
Oh,
Ray
okay.
J has a whole different network.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad.
Not trying to do similar, I believe.
Yeah.
So we don't like her stuff, right? Do you know what I mean? I get that
she's been in the bin before.
Yeah, she has. I get there is an appetite for these kind of things. It's kind of like World Star. basically.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So there is an appetite for some of these things, but we're not really here for it, right? And she's done things it's like, you know, in America and everything like that. Earlier this year, she done a bit where she was trying to take people to Africa, South Africa in particular. I don't know whether I was that, but now she's trying to come to London.
To do what?
To bring baddies
I'm
to
asking
London.
just to clarify.
Yes. To bring baddies to London.
She wants London
which
baddies.
is insane. It's insane to me. I'm just like, we don't want it. We don't
People
want this
do.
here. No, they don't. Like a few people with platforms are like, yes, we want this. But for the vast majority, we don't want this here. And it needs to be stopped, I think. She's reached out, well, some people have been asked to go on the show, like Miss R Fabulous. She's officially said she's not doing it.
Good girl.
Tamelo has also said that she's not going to do
Oh, good
it.
girl.
She says she can't fight. That's not her skill.
Oh, that's the only reason.
Always said that.
Yeah, she's
I'm
not
not
a
a fighter.
Okay,
yeah,
fine.
do you know what I mean? There's been some other people. There was a post on the Shade Borough that had
Suggestions.
Badenoch in there,
Wild.
which made me chuckle.
Me too.
Do you know what I mean? Ivorian doll, that kind of thing. And I'm just like, so she is my enemy. Do you guys agree? Is she an enemy, or is this a case of like, you know, like I like Lani Good, and she does a similar type of
Yeah,
thing.
you endorsed her.
Yeah. But I'm just like, that's our own homegrown.
I don't care.
No.
Being
There's no, all of it's in the
Yes.
bin. Oh, you know me already, and these type of shows, I'm very judgmental.
Never.
Lani's gonna fight Natalie Nunn.
What? Oh, she could. They could do celebrity
You
box.
actually, you just switched. You just got excited.
I know, because like she was gonna box. She was gonna celebrity box Miss R Fabulous, but it fell through.
Yeah.
And I think Natalie Nunn has celebrity box someone else. Now, if that was the case, then cool,
Why?
because they're both like equally matched.
But why are they fighting?
Because
Are they
she
boxers?
has UK badders
Yeah.
and bad. What is it called?
I don't know.
Whatever.
So
Natalie
we should
Nunn
go and
is.
fight
Yeah.
receipts
Oh,
because
baddies. It's baddies.
Baddies.
Yeah.
So you got UK badders. You got baddies.
Yeah.
Both of them are the moguls behind it, so they should now fight.
so isn't there's an American pod that deal with aunties, so we should go and fight them.
Who?
I mean, if they challenge
Oh,
us.
well, Auntie podcast.
Yeah.
I absolutely am not fighting Tokyo.
Okay.
What?
I could take on one of the others, but
You
I'm not-
can take her. I can take Tokyo.
I'm not fighting
Do you
her.
know how old she is? Sweep her legs, mate.
Look in the camera and challenge Tokyo Tony.
Sweep her legs.
And
I
I'm
don't
not
know
going to
if we should
fight
do
Tia Kemp either because
Tia
her
Kemp.
mouth is too much.
Who's Tia Kemp?
That's the other one that went out with. She's Rick Ross's baby mother.
Who they're talking
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's wild.
Yeah.
But Blueface's mum, I could fight her.
Yeah, 100%.
So are we saying that we want to do the aunties baddies?
Okay, this is switch.
now remember, I said nothing.
Yeah. And I'm not saying anything.
I said no words. I don't even know who these people are.
Me neither.
No, I'm just saying, if
don't know
they're
their
bringing
name.
it, then we can defend ourselves.
Okay,
I wouldn't
defending
throw the first
ourselves.
punch.
Yeah. Okay.
But I would run my mouth so you hit me.
Okay. Okay. I would like to diffuse the situation. Peace and love. But don't come for my girls. Okay. We're creating a beef, aren't we?
I'm creating nothing. Again, Americans, I've said nothing.
That doesn't even matter. You'll get done by association.
Yeah. 100%.
Tokyo is wild. So if she sees this, she might want to fight us.
See? That's why I was literally like, I'm not bringing no smoke for that woman.
Again,
She'll come to London.
nothing.
I was
Nothing.
because I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Bring it. But yeah, so Natalie Nunn, should she be in the bin?
She isn't.
Yeah, don't come
Yeah,
here. Don't bring this
she's
nonsense.
just there.
We don't need the
Yes.
degradation of this stuff. I don't like it anyway.
No. I don't think this is a British thing. Like our sensibilities don't extend to this, and I hated it from when Lani Good was doing it. It was just feral,
you really hate
Yeah,
and
it's just
wrong.
terrible.
And we don't need because even though now Miss R Fabulous is like, I'm not going to do it. She did put out a PSA like, tag me in all of the posts because I could do a cameo. I don't want people getting gassed and hyped to that this is their way
like
to make money and get notoriety, that you're just fighting other black women.
Have your tits
It's just
swinging
so-
everywhere.
Exactly. And they do that. I mean, that's how Krishawn lost her tooth, was similar type of program.
Who lost her tooth?
She's a boxer though, no? Didn't she box?
happening?
No,
Too
no,
much
no, I don't-
information.
is she?
Krayshawn's
She's
a
a boxer.
boxer.
Well, no, she used to.
Yeah.
She's
really?
athletic.
I'm sure she's
and
done
she has
boxing.
done a little bit of
Yeah.
sparring. But how she lost her tooth was running to fight somebody,
What?
and then she bashed into
yeah.
a wall.
A wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just nonsense.
And
Absolutely.
Blueface told her, don't fix your tooth, innit?
Yeah.
Because he finds
Yeah.
it sexy.
And when she fixed it,
No,
he was
it's
like, why did you
control.
fix your tooth?
And then she engraved a picture of him on
On the tooth.
Yeah.
and
she
this
got
is
her-
the stock
his
that
face.
it produces. It produces these
On
vulnerable
her
women.
face.
Yeah, it's not okay. It's not okay.
What's
Natalie
happening?
Nunn is in the bin.
It's like a different
But not that one.
But this
Seriously.
is what UK people will start being like, I can get famous from. In the
Absolutely.
same way, now you have boys out here being like, only a blue bandana, only a red bandana. You
What?
take on shit from America.
Oh, yes.
And it's like, it's not necessary.
What? Are they
Bloods
doing
and Crips.
that now?
That was ages ago. Is it a new thing again? Is it resurging? I know we had old school Bloods and Crips in the UK, but for what? I don't know.
No, they're still going.
Bandana wars.
never
I mean, I had a
stopped.
pink one, but you know.
It
Were you
never
the pink?
stopped.
Were you the
They
pink
were-
ladies?
It
Like, I used to wear a white bandana all the time. But that now means
were
something.
you repping?
does it mean something now?
It means something.
Oh,
now.
does
Why is it
it?
happening now?
I just thought it was cute.
I don't know, because I know it happened back in the day, but I know
Kids are still doing it. They are
Really?
carrying on bandana shit. Like
Oh,
they
wow.
are keeping, like we don't even have that culture here. But
Yeah.
because of American
we have
culture,
postcode, not
We have postcode wars.
we have postcode wars.
Yeah,
we do
yeah,
have we do have gang culture. It's just not as defined as it is in America. And the Bloods and Crips run is a historical thing.
Yeah, they're just biting the style.
That-
yeah,
they-
that
Do
part.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just begging it, man. They're
They're
tethering.
the
They are.
tether. You see,
They're
go
actually
for them.
tethering. They are.
Go for them. Not for us having
Seriously.
conversations and debate. Us aunties.
But then also as well, we have Sexy Red who came to the UK recently, and she basically was talking. What's wrong, Nana?
Nana hates her.
Why do you hate her? She's a young black woman trying
Hates
to think.
her. I've never seen Nana
So
say
judgmental.
so many words.
And the way your hands are
disdain.
clasped.
As when she described Sexy Red,
Oh.
even I was like,
Oh, she's a black woman.
She basically, you know, was like, UK girls can't twerk. And then Central C was just like,
That part.
yeah, you know, they're not really made for it.
Like, who are you
what?
talking to?
First of all, who are you speaking for?
And what research have you done?
Central C. Central C talking about anything.
Central C.
These people are.
And then giving license to somebody to come from where they came from to come and say, yeah.
This is why
I
nobody
don't hate
likes
sex.
him.
Well, this is the thing.
What's
I mean,
he
there's
speaking
millions
of?
of people around the world that like him.
There's also that too.
He can go. You know what Central C is, and as people say, he is like the industry plant. Whatever, you've done your thing. Yes, there is always that person that has like a proximity to blackness that is going to shit on blackness that they elevate, and that's Central C. So I expect nothing less from him to co-sign some feral youth coming here and twerking on road and being like, oh yeah, no, the British girls can't twerk. Like, and you know he would cosplay like, no, the British girls can't twerk. You know you don't talk
He
like that
literally
though.
did that.
He did. He was more like, yeah, but it's not.
It's not really built like that, you know.
But you know when he's in an office, he's like, so what we're going to do is you're going to put me in
I mean, he's from
K-Rose,
Bush,
please."
so he don't talk like that.
He doesn't talk like that. Not yet.
Listen,
He doesn't talk like that.
I have
Nana.
family in Bush that do talk like that, and
He doesn't talk
he
like that.
probably is like a
does
is
not
like a
talk like
Westwood, and he probably has his posh side when he's in a boardroom, and when he's pretending to be from Road, he just cosplays. That's my thoughts on Central C.
So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so Sexy Red is in the bin as well.
Always, and so is Central C.
I cannot confirm or deny. Like,
I mean,
I can't put a Bushman in the bin. So
I mean, I can. What really? Because you're from Bush?
yeah,
Oh, you're a gang member.
yeah, I am.
What colour is Bush?
What kind of
Purple.
bandana do you have?
The colour of Bush.
Green. It's green. Obviously, it's Bush. Like, come on, guys, you must know.
Speaking of Central C, Central C was at the Met Gala.
Boo.
In an actual suit though.
Yeah,
he did better.
He had a suit
He
on.
did better than.
And he had his Guyana flag, as because you know, like there were pins and stuff that was part of like the things that people had to have. So he had a Guyana flag on, and some people are online coming for him. But I think there's a few things with the Met Gala for me that where people are in the bin, or I'd like to explore: are they in the bin? Should they be in the bin?
Okay.
So Central C is one of them because he was seen at Met Gala, and there's lots of controversy about, you know, he had cane rose and you've got cane rose again, and like, who are you? That's like the sort of thing. And then there was, what's her name? Her name is Lisa Parks, who is one of the members of some K-pop group, Blackpink. My daughter actually likes.
I do like that name though.
My daughter loves them.
Yeah.
Weirdly. Cute. But so the controversy around her is that she was dressed head to toe Louis Vuitton, but she had a pom-pom out, basically. She had knickers on. And when you looked at the knickers, it's like it had like people's faces on. And the questions around it are that one of the faces appeared to be that of Rosa Parks. So Rosa Parks famously refused to, you know, civil rights movement, refused to sit on the back of the bus when a white person told her to move. Did amazing things in her life and all that. So they're like, why would you have Rosa Parks on your knickers? And then people are like, well, who co-signed it? Pharrell is the head of Louis Vuitton. Everything would have had to have gone past him. So did he co-sign it? Is he in the bin? Is she in the bin? Are they all in the bin? Is Anna Wintour in the bin because she gets to see the looks as well? Is she in the bin? The other person who, are they in the bin, aren't they in the bin, is Doechii. Because Doechii was seen before the Met Gala in the hotel, basically kicking off because there were some fans in the hallway and the elevator opened and there was Doechii. And then everyone was like, hide, because she can't be seen before she's on the red carpet. But it's not that she was hiding, it was her attitude once she was, you know, seen by the public. She was heard swearing and kicking off and making demands and saying, get this umbrella, do this now, what the fuck is going on, like being quite abusive. Is she in the bin for taking it so seriously?
Abusive?
Yeah,
she was being quite abusive.
I don't think so.
No, I didn't read it like
I didn't read it like that.
Did you see it though?
Yeah,
yeah.
I watched
You didn't
it.
think that she was being quite abusive?
No, I watched it
Demanding
a couple
and abusive.
of times.
Okay.
And I was just like, what is the abuse in the room with
Yeah.
us? Like, the way I read it was like, it is a hectic situation. She has been obviously tasked with getting to this event without being seen. Her team are not ready. There's a lot of security around her, around the place, but there's also a lot of paparazzi. And the paparazzi was shouting things at her too. And I think she was trying to be clear in what she was saying, and she needed to be quick because she was the only person behind that thing and she needed to direct things. That's how I saw it, that she was being commanding and clear in those moments to get herself from the lift to through the foyer to the car in the rain, mind you, as well, and then to the venue. That's how I saw it. I didn't think it was like
I think she
her
was
being
being
rude.
fuckeries. I actually think she was being really rude. And I get in a high pressured situation, you can be rude. And I think I would call it what it is. She was being rude to her team. And the language that she was using, I don't care who's paying my bills. I'm an adult too. They were all grown-ups. And I just think sometimes just because you're a celebrity, don't give you license to speak to people and be swearing at them and being demanding. It's like, and I'm not even going into the space of, as a black woman, she's going to be judged harshly. Anybody I would hear talking to their staff like that, I'd be like, you need to apologize. There's no excuses. Some people fuck up all the time, but you don't need to be swearing at folks and they are supposed to work for you. It's never okay. I actually was a bit disappointed.
No, I literally, and I am usually like, no, don't do that. But in that moment, what I saw, and I watched it a few times, I saw someone panicking, not in control of the situation and reacting to her panic. And she was like, fucking, I need to, and I didn't see it as her being intentionally rude. But the only thing I will say, I don't know Doechii on a day-to-day. I don't know how she handles her team. And I don't know, and I would think that in that moment, it seemed heightened and she panicked. And so she was just screaming and trying to get everyone on board and on to task. Afterwards, yes, you must say, guys, that was mad. I'm sorry for speaking to you like that. Whoever felt offended, I'm really sorry. Definitely acknowledge that. But I think in that moment, I didn't get that in that moment, she was out of order. And I think she's new to the game. This was her first Met Gala.
Then why would she be apologising if she wasn't out of order?
What do you mean?
You said, I don't think in that moment she was out of order.
No, I think in that moment she lost control, and I think if you lost control, she was out of order. But I don't see her. I don't think she was like fuckery, out of order. I don't see it like that. I see someone, like I said, who's panicked, lost her shit for a second, and was shouting also over the noise and the din. And also, if you're a swearer, it's not my character to be like, but I'm just saying, in that moment of panic, fucking get there, where's your umbrella? Fuck, come. Like that. I didn't hear it as in, I didn't hear it as that. I heard it like, fuck, as someone who swears. So that's the only thing. But I do think, yes, just in case of people afterwards, like, I did not mean that, and I hope I did not offend you. I'm sorry. Definitely come back to your team and reset the situation and learn from it.
I am a swearer.
Yeah.
And I think that she was rude. Okay. I think that I agree with you both that it was a high pressured moment, and you know, it's her first time and she's been tasked with getting there and all of this stuff. However, I think that she was rude. I watched it a few times and I got from it that, that was very rude. I understand that she's trying to remove herself from it, and maybe she feels like she had to pull people in and organize and all of that, but I felt in that moment that she was being very rude. And there's a way of talking to people to help you get stuff. You can be swearing like, oh, for fuck's sake, but it seemed like she was swearing at them rather than swearing in a situation. And I've been in high pressure, not that situation, but you can be in high pressure situations and not swear at the people that are actually trying to help you. And what I got from that, I was disappointed too. I hope that once they got into the car, she was like, oh, I'm really sorry. I would like to think so, because that's kind of like who she seems. She seems like a very nice, genuine person. But she was rude. You can say that she was rude and still like her and still like...
No, I mean, I'm not doing all of that.
I don't think she was. But I honestly... I didn't see the swearing at the person. I saw it as like the situation. She was like, get the fucking umbrella. Like... and she's shouting because it's loud, and she needs the person on the other side without seeing them to hear her. That's what it was, like a direct, while someone was saying, Doechii, we can see you, Doechii, Doechii. People were, paparazzi was screaming at her. So she needed to get that message through clearly. That's what I saw.
That's kind of how I saw it.
I didn't see it as being rude. I thought it was like, this is like, she's just trying to get to where she's going. And yeah,
because I think you could be like fuck, and then it's not. I'm not even the fuck removed, because
she wasn't behind that thing by herself. There were multiple people around. So
not at all times.
The person who was on the other side, there was one woman on the other side trying to give her umbrellas, right? But there were other people around
inside
her, inside the thing with her. So she's still screaming and shouting and being quite rude.
But I think there's that, and it's that thing of, if you're swearing, and it's like, if we get into an argument, I'm swearing. I know, I don't know, I've never said it because we haven't had an argument, but I might swear, same way, we're swearers. So I'm angry and I'm swearing, I'm fucking. And you could hear it as she's swearing, but she's not swearing at me. You could hear it as like, you're swearing at me. And it's not that. I'm just swearing because I'm frustrated. So the fuck, whatever is coming out my mouth, but it's not directed at anyone, but I'm swearing. And that's how I heard it. I get, I think there's nuances. I think if she was like, fucking get my fucking umbrella now, fucking, there's that. And there's fucking get the umbrella. I think that's two different things. And I don't think that is rude. I think that is rude. That's how I see it.
And I think that's really interesting, because if I'm arguing with someone, I actually never swear. Like I'm not like a swear if I'm arguing with someone that I like, I don't swear. Okay. Do you know what I mean? If it's someone that I don't like or I don't care about, that's when it will come out. Do you know what I mean? Because I think like I definitely have tone, like for sure. Like people interpret my tone wrongly all the time. Do you know what I mean? So I know like if I'm talking to someone or like disagreeing with someone that I respect and I love, I'm not going to bring that into it, because I know immediately it's going to
be heard differently.
Do you know what I mean? It's not going to land how I think it's going to land. Like it's just the way it is. But then I don't know how they speak to each other. Like, do you know what I mean? Like even like you two, you guys swear back and forth. I don't do that. Do you know what I mean? Like kind of thing. But that's okay for you two. Like, do you know what I mean? And it's okay in your world. But like, in her world, maybe that's normal. Maybe that's how they speak to each other. So I didn't immediately go to like, oh, she's being rude. Like no. I wasn't thinking that.
I think
for me,
it's not the swearing aspects, because she swears when she raps, so I expect her to swear. I've heard her swearing in other things. It's not that it was the way that she did it. I was a little bit taken aback. That's all.
But then also, I suppose, because if she doesn't, I think when people are saying swearing, then that's the part that makes it more violent, I suppose, in quotes. If she was just like, get the umbrella, then people might have
still
seen.
thought that was rude. It was the way that she was doing it.
Then it's a heightened thing.
No, I think it adds. I think the swearing adds.
But that's what I'm saying.
Like,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
You can't remove the swearing.
I think if
she
you,
was rude.
No, I can hear that. I think, I didn't. It's interesting.
It's interesting.
It's very
interesting. I think tone definitely can be subjective, but there are inflictions that is a universal that is rude. Now, that can just be a part of your lexicon to have that tone, but then there are people that are like, yeah, you have to change that tone because universally, that's how it's interpreted. And I think her tone, as she was shouting, if I was working for her, and the numerous people that are like, nah, that's taking it too far, I just think it's an apology. Because you can lose your shit.
Do that.
Yeah,
absolutely. But there has to be a.
I don't think she can walk away.
That's a line that I should know. People that work with me, I don't need to cross. And I would hope that she has those lines.
Yeah, I don't think that she can walk away and just be like, oh well, because exactly how it's been interpreted and how some, if her team understand, then she doesn't need to because they all know like it's fine. But if it's not something that's normal and the whole thing is out of pocket, then you can address it.
But this is the thing. Like, it's just like, why did we even get to see that? This is the thing. It's just so annoying to me because I'm pretty sure, like, worse things happen, like with the Kardashians or whatever kind of thing, and we all hear the rumors about how they talk to people. Do you know what I mean? But we don't see that very often, especially at the Met Gala. Like, when have you known to get that kind of audio from anyone attending the Met? That never happened.
So Cardi B fighting Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, that part. But there in that lobby, there was a lot
as well.
In that lobby, there were a lot of people filming. There was a lot of different activities happening. Even like, there
was other people coming out as well.
Yeah,
I think.
So I haven't
that's
ever seen. I haven't ever seen that before a Met Gala before. So I don't know how these people had access to the areas that they did have access to. And that's a bigger question for the security of the hotel. Maybe the hotel wanted that to happen.
Because they wouldn't let people.
Ordinarily, you don't.
I mean, I didn't even know it was something that you had to hide where you were coming from, because I'd seen people walking.
No, it's just about the big reveal. It's that whole thing of like and especially that's why there's no excuse, because if because we're all talking, she could be like, yeah, I was fucking rude and I'm actually apologizing because I took the piss, or it's like I didn't mean to, blah blah blah. But in that, she's new to the game, and the Met Gala is a big thing, and everyone knows the big reveal is a big reveal, unless you're old hat and I've been there, done, I don't care, Naomi Campbell, fuck it. It's that kind of, it's a big thing, and you don't want
the... It might be in a contract also, like we don't know.
To get to the...
Yeah, do you know what I mean? That
all
they're
of
not
those
revealed
things.
until this moment.
And having that kind of dodgy picture where it's like, and then the reveal's ruined because you know how the internet works. So all this pressure, and it doesn't excuse bad behaviour. I just... That there's some stuff as well.
What do you think about the panties anyway? Let's talk about that.
The panties.
The panties.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. If it is Rosa Parks and other black activists, what is Pharrell on? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you honestly, like, these rich people, they're mad. They're actually mad.
It has to be rage baiting.
Yeah.
I can't see anything else. As a design choice, you would know that putting it on knickers and literally having it on her crotch and her batty is going to get people being like, what the hell is this? Like, and that just feels like Louis Vuitton has taken a hit. So maybe this is, let's just get people talking about Louis for a minute. I don't know. It just doesn't feel unintentional. This feels like people would sit down and really be like, how do we get the internet into a storm? Let's do this.
I don't think it's that. The reason why I don't think it's that specific, because I think then you're really stupid. And I know we're in this age of everything is all news is good news, or whatever. But that just sounds so wild. Saying it out loud sounds crazy. But I think what disturbed me a lot about the video was I saw a video of Pharrell talking about the outfit, and it's like, this is because it's inspired by the artist. It's like Henry Taylor, who's the artist, who had said he used black people who have influenced him. No one has actually confirmed or denied whether it's Rosa Parks or not.
Yeah.
So there's that. So we actually don't know. But it's all these faces of activists or people who have inspired him. Anyway, and it's the fact that you've got, and I understand that this is, the theme is black and everyone's inspired by something black. But the way that Pharrell was talking about it and just like, yeah, you're the perfect person to wear this specific thing. I just felt it was a bit weird, a bit odd, and a bit of misinformation. And I didn't like it as a black woman. I just didn't like it. Something I didn't like. And then we get onto the fact that if it is Rosa Parks on her crutch, it's an unnecessary move. And that's it, right? Yeah, it's stupid. If it is...
Unnecessary move, and especially for a band member who's been known to be saying the N-word.
Yeah.
That's what
and
was thinking,
that's the
haven't
part.
they been accused of racism before.
Sorry, that's the whole point. Sorry, that was actually my whole point of Pharrell. You're lauding this woman, because that's it. The video was very much fawning over her, like, you're perfect for this, and is like speaking in this soft, gentle way. This woman has been reported exactly as you said, and she hasn't apologized or made a statement about it, and you're putting her in this item and twirling her around like this is...
So he selected her
to
like,
wear it.
you would be the perfect one for this outfit.
Yes.
And you don't think that is trolling the internet? Even for those...
But do you know what it is? It's hard to... It is hard, and maybe I'm being naive, it's just hard to have... that's your line of thought. Do you know what I mean? Like, okay, what I'm going to do is going to get this girl from a K-pop band who's been accused of saying the N-word, and I'm going to put her in an activist outfit and then see the chips fall. I just think that line of thinking is wild. And
why?
I'm so
like,
astounded
but that is
at
like,
this.
That
is way more likely than the oblivion to the racism, to the having Rosa Parks or another activist, and I'm going to put it on this woman, and that's all accidental. For somebody who people say is a genius.
Yeah. Exactly.
As Pharrell, people call him a genius.
It's not.
No, I don't mean that. I maybe it's just because I'm just so shocked that someone would actually do that. A black man would actually do that. Maybe that's where I'm at. That you're that desperate for attention that you would do. I understand the world that we're in, but I think I'm feeling like
it's the publicity of it all, isn't it?
That's weird. There's so much things you could do.
People talking about it. It's to get people buying the garments. It's like all of this free.
But he could have put that on Doechii, for example. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, why?
What is going to have a bigger impact? What's going to have a bigger impact?
Yeah,
people sitting around talking about it negatively, saying how bad it is, or Doechii wore it. Because who's other than me saying about Doechii being rude? Are we talking about her outfit? She was in Louis Vuitton. Are we talking about it?
But that's why people are mad as well. That she was so rude for an average outfit.
Distinctly average.
But then it would have been
she would have to agree to it as well. So
no,
maybe
I get
that's
it.
the line that Doechii doesn't want to cross.
Yeah.
But like, I think it's just like there will be a PR person or a management person in that room saying, you know what, it might be a bit risky. But if we put it on
and
this
Pharrell, you
girl,
agreed?
yes, of course.
I'm not. Do you know what? I'm not.
Girls need to be paid.
But why do? Okay, it's about. Sorry, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah,
sometimes
that's all.
with the people that we admire their work.
It's not even that about Pharrell. It's just weird.
It's hard to kind of like
weird.
think that they would do something like that. But yeah, absolutely. It's Holly weird. That's what it is. They're all weird. Like, this whole thing is happening. That's the thing. Like, we can kiki and enjoy the Met Gala, but at the same time, look at the state of the country. And this event is even happening anyway. Like, what the hell? Yeah. And you've just capitalized off blackness when they don't fucking like you.
And then
they don't bloody
there
like
were a couple of things as well. In some of the comments, people were like, "Well, isn't he just taking back feminism?" Because,
what?
Yeah, I saw something.
Please explain.
People were like, you know, like Rosa Parks and all these people, they're feminists, and you know they
put
weren't
it on my pum-pum.
autonomy of your body. And it's the male gaze that says that you shouldn't look at your body in that way. And
but then put it on a black woman at the very least.
No,
I'm just saying.
But not even.
Not on someone who's been accused of racism. How's that taking back feminism? Are the people fucking crazy?
It doesn't work. The messaging doesn't work.
But the point that you made about capitalism and all of the fact that they're capitalizing on blackness. Did you not notice that there were some people there who just didn't give a fuck about it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of white
folks who normally at the Met Gala go
out.
I saw them in their Catholic
even
stuff.
do the most basic of things. Like Hailey Bieber turned up in a suit jacket.
Yeah.
and platform shoes. Like she just got it out of her
She was
wardrobe.
raving in the 90s.
Kendall Jenner looked like she was going to church.
Yeah,
Listen, the Kardashians were taking the piss.
They did.
All of them.
Kim Kardashian looked like the Wicked Witch of the
Yeah,
West.
Did you
She's
see
like
her
a
batty out a door?
She looked like she was going to Cowboy Car.
She looked like she was in the next fucking Wicked.
Wicked.
That's what she looked like to me.
Wicked
like,
with
you
my
see
batty
her
out.
skipping down the road in Oz. That's what she looked like to me.
She got a skip in that dress.
No, she didn't.
And she'll ride a broom with her crack out.
To be fair, when I look through all the looks, I look through like my favourite site, GoFug. When I look through I heard that before, and then when I looked for everyone's outfit, I was like, because Met Gala is that. You get people that get it, people who get it wrong but get it, and then people that just don't bother. So I didn't feel like it was disproportionately, okay, you didn't do it on, I didn't get that.
Did you see everybody?
I felt like I looked for it. Did you feel like the
I felt like
Nicole Kidman. What was she wearing?
And this is my point. The people who
I think we missed the
usually
point as well.
take the point, understand the assignment,
Yeah.
and execute the assignment, no matter what
Heidi
it is.
Klum.
Heidi Klum.
What was she wearing?
Doesn't even dress
Do you
like
know
that
what I mean?
for Hello fucking Wing.
Exactly.
Like,
Oh, my
come
bad.
on.
And she
Maybe
knows
I've missed
how to dress
something.
up.
She
because
knows
dresses
how to
up
dress.
She goes all in.
This is
No, they were taking the piss.
Okay.
They said they saw black and it was.
And they
I'm
saw-
gonna wear black.
Okay,
Right.
okay.
Do you know what I
Let's
mean?
go black
Let's go back.
Yeah.
And was
And that's
like,
it. Black tailored.
Get me a
That's
black
what
dress.
they saw.
Black dress.
They saw black and tailor.
Yeah.
And that's what they did.
but purposefully.
Yeah.
Instead of really going through the mission, because apparently there are lots of notes as well. It's not
There's
just
a
a-
whole
They got the whole
mood
thing.
board.
They have a
so
mood
you
board.
know,
And you have
I
conversations.
think when we were going through it, and it's 3 hours of us going through looks of
It was
people.
a long time.
There's a lot of them, and did we see one or two white people did
The blue dress woman, she tried.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's go back because I didn't feel like that. But I wasn't in that mindset either.
I can't remember her
Johnny
name.
Richardson.
Demi Moore, amazing.
Demi
it was a
Moore.
reach.
Demi.
Absolutely.
It was a reach,
yeah.
just on the fringe, but amazing.
Yes.
It-
But
as
at
a-
least
as a
she
concept.
understood
The
the
assignment.
And
Do you
she
know what I
came as a
mean?
blank
Exactly.
assignment.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It was a sculpture.
It was a
I saw the
sculpture.
tie. Yeah, I saw the tie.
Like, and then
Brilliant.
I forget what her name is, Jolie, and she's in that film about Munchausen syndrome. Like, I can't, and she's
I
in
thought
those.
Jolie Richardson.
Is she in? Was he in the blue?
She
And the
had
blue
she had
gloves?
like a green suit on.
The green
like
suit.
she had a green suit and it had like
Oh
like,
yeah. I know.
it had
Yeah.
like
Things
not
on
beadings,
everything.
like
all over it.
buttons, not buttons, but
Okay,
something like
yeah,
that all
yeah.
over.
Okay.
Yeah, her suit
And
was
she
good.
had
Maybe we didn't
she
see
looked
that.
hard.
Yeah.
Her suit was good.
Yeah, she
I-
looked
Okay, let me go
amazing.
back because I
The
didn't
white
see it. I
folk
didn't
were
see that.
taking the
I didn't see
absolute
it.
piss.
Okay.
That's what
Okay.
I felt. Because even if you was like, okay, no, dandy, I don't want to do it, whatever, just wear a black designer.
Yeah.
At least
Do you know what I mean?
give a little something to this because it's a big moment, and it has been the time where they've raised the most amount of money
yeah.
as well.
Money.
It's like it's done things, but I just think all the time white people will signal to each other, okay, let's just give them something.
We don't give a fuck about
Let's
this.
just give
And
them
that's
something.
what
But
I
that's the
felt.
part overall when I'm
no,
just
it's
like,
horrible.
this is how I feel about Blacks at Ascot as well. It's like, yeah, but also, that's how I feel.
Yeah, I just feel like all the people that you would usually see show out and show out did nothing. It was just
I need to rewind the tape.
Notes them.
I need to rewind the tape.
We need to note
Yeah.
them.
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
Okay, you had your moment to step into your allyship and you didn't.
and they didn't.
So back to Central C. What was his problem?
People are saying that he is out here again blackfishing because you know Central C had a moment when he had his white girlfriend Maddie or whatever her name was, and he had his hair back straight again. He was being a little bit
more white,
and also at the same time it was certified his dad is Chinese, Guyanese, and his mum is Irish. So it's like then he doesn't actually have any black in him, and loads of people were like, oh. So then he can't be like, I thought he had Afro Guyanese in him. And so there was a lot of that talk. But now he seems to have finished with Maddie and he's gone back to Cane Rose.
Oh.
And then he was holding one of his brethren's babies. And people were like, so now he wants to be taken in by the black community and he's doing it by holding black babies.
They said the baby was a prop, but I don't think so. I actually don't think so. I think it was his friend's child.
Has he said? What?
He's had that baby, that baby, it is his friend's child.
Yeah.
Because he's been seen with that baby Loads of times.
I have not.
Yeah.
So that's my first time I've seen
It
it.
was like when he came out the car, it was clear he was with people.
Yes.
He was with a group of people,
Oh,
and the
okay.
baby was there. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like he just picked up the baby, which is a sweet thing to do. Do you know what I mean? It is.
He's performed on stage with that baby.
Okay, can we ask why? I just want to. I'm not. First of all,
that?
just
Why?
I'm just
Why?
asking why is the baby? Why?
The
why
brethren's there with the dad.
Okay.
That's his friend. That's his friend's baby. He's close to the baby.
He's probably
Yeah.
godfather, I would.
But the thing is why it's because people are saying he used the baby as a prop.
Yeah.
Because he's got K-Rose now, he's got the Guyanese flag, and he's signaling I'm part of you. I'm one of you. Do you know what I mean? That's what he's signaling. But I don't think the baby was a prop. The rest of it, I'm not sure. I don't know what's going on. There seems to be an identity something.
Figuring out.
His friend, his good friend, who's not friends with anymore, I believe, said that, he allegedly said that he's taken my whole personality.
Yeah.
Like who he is who I am. Like, do you know what I mean? That's why he's a bit stuck now because I'm no longer around. That's what he's saying. So it's just like, have we seen this type of thing before? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? We have.
The D ends in an E.
Who?
Drake.
God.
The way you hate Drake. And actually a montage of all the time. Drake has been nowhere. And it's just like, Drake.
Shots, man.
Drake is just minding his own business.
Do you not see the similarities?
But I mean,
No, because Drake is mixed race.
Yeah, he's mixed race.
He's
He's got his dad is black because
Yeah, his
Central
dad
C
is
is also
black.
mixed race.
Yes, but
He's just
Drake
mixing
is
it
a-
in.
He's a cosplayer, but it's
infiltrator.
not the same. But he's still
He's an
he's still mixed race.
infiltrator.
Like not so don't have me defending Drake, but compared to Central C,
Infiltrator.
compared to Central C,
Parasite.
or whatever, but compared to Central C, Drake has got black in him.
When he feels like it.
But he's still he's been black. He's got his mixed race. Let's not do that.
I mean, we
'cause he's
can't,
mixed race.
we can't deny his DNA.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
he's not mixed race.
Yeah,
I'm
That's
not
all.
saying
So,
that.
but
But I'm
we're talking about
saying all the
Central
other
C.
things.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Central C. Central C is
Infiltrator.
not a black. He's not a mixed race guy. He's
I
not.
mean, he's mixed race. He's just not mixed black.
He's not mixed black, and he's in the black space.
And he kind of, I think, for a while when he wasn't saying what he was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's playing off
capitalizing
He
on
was
it.
basically, he was doing what
He's
we
race
already
baiting.
He was doing
Basically.
Yeah.
was
know,
ethnically
we already did the same
ambiguous.
thing.
Yeah, he was in ambiguity.
What's interesting to me
Yeah.
about him choosing to wear the Guyana pin is that
Yeah.
why didn't he wear the Irish one as well?
Yeah.
You could have had
Exactly.
both.
You have both.
You chose to
Put
that
both.
part for me.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Sorry, that's the
It's
part.
pandering.
It's fair to criticize. I think
Yeah.
it's fair to
fair.
really look into, like, no, because he is the face at this moment for UK
Hip
Yeah.
hop.
hip hop. He is.
Rap.
And he's been allowed and he has so much access and they keep on doing this all the time.
and we-
Like, the lighter, the brighter, you're going to get closer to it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's okay for us to be like, no, this isn't all right.
Yeah.
Like, because why is it that everybody gets to ride on blackness's coattail when you're not? Like, why are you not celebrating your Chinese culture,
heritage,
Irish, like all of that? But it seems to just be like when you wanna be in a black space, you're gonna fling on some K-Row and everybody should be like, oh my God, he's great. I think it's cool for him to be getting cussed. But there's always gonna be that Lin May, flipping pod cheeks, that's gonna come out and be supportive of all the things I ever say.
because I was not expecting it at all.
It's like D&E, Drake, and Putties. Where are we, guys?
Okay.
I can't say
Don't have me
Lin May.
defending Lin May. but
Lin
yeah.
May will always come out and defend somebody
It's
when they're trying to
nonsense.
take the piss out of blackness.
Yeah.
She'll always
Yeah.
be
True.
there like,
Yeah. It's like she's
would
got a
just
little
shut
What did she,
alarm.
okay, for the record, what did she actually say?
What did she say? She said,
Go.
what did she say? She said, what is it? She went into a rant of like, how
Why
can
you
you
so
say he's
mad?
acting black? Like,
What does it mean to be
acting
why is
black?
acting
so
black?
You know what I mean?
We know what acting black is.
Yeah,
we
we
actually
do.
don't pretend that you don't know.
Yeah.
We know what acting black
she
is.
was actually coating off blackness. So when she's saying what is acting black, because when people say you're acting black, it's usually that they are doing something criminal, that
Degenerate.
they're being a degenerate, that they're not really working.
Yeah.
That's your thoughts of blackness.
Yeah.
That ain't what I think of
No.
at all. But you see how she has to run it all
She
off. It's like she's
said-
silently coating us.
The amount of racism, yes, racism, Central C faces, mainly from Western black people, is disgusting. disgusting.
Oh, fuck off.
He's blackface. This is what she's saying. They say he's blackfacing. He's not from Guyana. He's using a black baby. He's an industry plant. He's begging to be black. He shouldn't be occupying black spaces. What she say? Are many of you not ashamed to be obsessed by his race and skin color?
Who's obsessed?
But if you're talking about, are you not obsessed as well?
Yeah, right. And isn't he obsessed with whoever? Because he's presenting as such.
Yeah, I think it is a little bit sad that that someone like himself cannot embrace fully like his actual cultures. Do you know what I mean? Like in the field that he wants to go in.
But
you know what I mean? That is a little bit sad that he feels he has to do that and adopt a different culture to kind of get ahead. But it's not his fault that he's being rewarded for it. Like, do you know what I mean? But at the same time, I think he can be a bit more responsible in his delivery of certain things and his understanding of what he represents. Yeah. Like, I think he can be that. But I do understand that he's young, do you know what I mean? That kind of thing and all that kind of thing. So I'll give him a teeny bit of grace. But
to figure it out.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? But Lin May is she's being willfully ignorant.
But I think he can go on a fact-finding journey and be honest about it, because of that kind of pretending to not say what you are, and maybe it is your label and your handlers like say, no, don't say anything. So there's also that as an artist, sometimes you're bound and you just don't know what to do and you can't get out of what they're telling you to do. So it's all of that. But I think as you're evolving and you're becoming the Eminem of the UK, then you need to... But it's true.
That is a bit... Do you know Eminem?
Wait.
He's actually really good.
No, wait. I'm not saying in talent. I'm saying becoming in how he's been presented. He's getting to dominate the space.
Vanilla Ice.
He's getting to dominate the space. That's what I'm saying.
He's not shit.
He's not Eminem.
Ice Baby. It's still an iconic track till today.
What are you doing?
Baby. The Running Man.
Yeah. Okay. All right, stop. Kevin,
listen. We don't want
he was a thief too.
Bleep that out. Bleep that out. Bleep it out.
I even still remember.
We all remember it.
I don't know.
Turn off the lights.
They're still going. Did you ever see the clip of him when they were accusing him of ripping off Queen?
Say that again.
And he was like, the clip of him, and they were accusing him of ripping off Queen, and he was like, it's not the same song.
What?
Yeah.
I thought that literally
Under pressure. He was saying it's not the same song. Their song goes dun 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 dun. My song goes dun dun dun.
It's still an alright song.
There's an actual clip, and that's what he does.
Dickhead.
I literally thought that was
the sample. Or interpolation, as they say.
Oh, bro.
But anyway, like he's got a journey.
Go, there they are.
Yeah. Anyway, Central C, you got a lot to learn, and fine.
Yeah, it's about authenticity. That's
just be
why
authentic
people call him out, because nobody isn't doing the same with calling out H in the same way, because you can tell who
H
they
is
are.
H, and Devlin was Devlin, and Devlin was in the bits.
Yeah,
and Devlin was gangster as well.
Because you believe them, because you know authentically they are who they are. Precisely,
right.
Why Central C has always got called, because we can tell you're cosplaying.
Yes, and that's
you
the
don't
problem.
have to do that. As soon as even when he was doing his straight head flex and everything, he was still selling.
Yeah,
just be who you are. Don't
don't wear us, and that's what we don't like. Yeah,
that's it. And Lin May, you always try and come for blackness. Please, shit's going on in Pakistan. We need to hear your thoughts on that.
She is. It's fucking true though.
She's half Pakistani,
and she's got. Okay, well then
that's what we say, because why do you name Lin May? You're not even.
You're always in the black space. Talk about your
and Chinese people need to talk to her about that.
Yeah, get your name back.
Yeah, they should.
Or get it off her.
Central C should talk to her.
Have a conversation.
Imagine being defended by Lin May. That's how you know you're on the wrong side, isn't it?
Of history.
Yeah,
and the
Cece
industry.
did actually speak on this.
She did.
That's our sister.
Yeah, she did.
I love that she kind of put it out there into the air, but we all knew that she was talking to Lin May. But Zizi made a point. She was like, there isn't any other culture that would allow somebody else to come in and do their music form and be the biggest star.
It's that. We always, I say we, the royal we, but it's, that's the thing. And when you talk about it, because even I mentioned Eminem, but I'm not a fan, and I don't like his positioning as the best. Like, people will say he's the best rapper. Get out of here, man.
No, he's
a good rapper.
Good. But
good.
how big he got,
it's because he's white.
So
People don't want to admit
100%.
that.
But he admits that. It's not like the difference is Eminem's not going around
This
acting
is
like
it.
he's anything
Right.
other
Yeah.
than what
He
he is.
is,
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
And he actually says in many of his raps, if you listen to them, it's because I'm white.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And to know that as well, and to then be like, look, okay, I'm just doing this thing. This is what I love. And then you bring other people along,
Yeah.
you
That part.
reinvest, all of that. Is Central C doing that?
That's
Because
another
Brethren
part.
is out here saying, you stole my identity and now...
And Eminem rapped about white stuff, like
He
hating
did.
his mom.
He didn't rap about living in a trailer.
No, he did.
But he
No, but
did.
you said what you said. That's about white
No,
stuff.
but
They hate their mums, don't they?
Okay, so when you hear a kid has told their mum to shut up,
No, we're absolutely with you.
It's
I'm just
true,
saying. Words mean things.
it's true. Like the black rappers be rapping about bitches and hoes, but they don't rap about they hate their mums. They don't do
We
that
understand.